Opie.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them. Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
I'm Opie.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch and I know it.
Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio. I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshat.
And these dummies that work for us.
You guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places.
Ben, where's the coffee?
You rock. Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Mama!
You rat fuck, you rat fuck!
Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole!
I'm sorry! I did so many bad things!
Sweet. Show me with your mouth. Show me with your mouth.
I tried to do the right thing, but I'm weak. I'm so fucking weak.
I really don't know that one.
That's from Bad Lieutenant.
Okay.
Yeah. Harvey Keitel. Love that one.
You ever suck a guy's cock? Show me how you suck a guy's cock. The last time I'm going to ask you, where were you tonight? The Kit Kat Club?
O&A Party Rock! O&A Party Rock! O&A Party Rock! Oh my God! O&A Party Rock! Oh my God! O&A Party Rock! Idiot!
Hey, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
That's right. Thing or two. That's right. Hi. I'm just checking Fox News. I got to keep track of Rita. Lovely
yeah.
Rita. Now they're saying Houston, huh?
They have it plotted through like next month. Yeah, they won't know exactly where this thing's going once it gets into the Gulf. To tell you the truth, they just don't know.
It's just so funny. They're showing the hurricane and what it could possibly do, and so far the projections are that's going to hit to the left of Houston. But
yeah.
you know they're all in the newsrooms just praying that it's going to move a little further east.
Who doesn't want this to hit New Orleans? Just as a viewer, taking the human tragedy out of the mix, you know, I understand people will be killed and it will be a horrible thing. But as like a movie, who doesn't want to see it hit New Orleans again? See what a 1-2 punch will do to that city. Of course you want to see that. Of course you want, right when they get all the water pumped out, for it to completely flood again. Of course you do.
And the news is already hinting.
They are. I was watching Fox News.
They just want to jump right on with that graphic.
The mayor has already stopped people from coming back. He said people could start returning. We want to return to normalcy. Everyone in the federal government's telling him, hey, slow down there, pal. You know, there's still a lot of danger there. I don't think people should come back. And he's like, no, we need people to come back. Sees the hurricane. Now he's like, we're going to put on hold the return of the citizen of Nolens.
Yeah.
God, I can't listen to that guy talk.
He is the worst.
Two hurricanes makes it a comedy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Two negatives.
Now
negatives,
it's funny.
Yeah, now it's funny. First time, oh my God, the levee broke. The second time, dude, they just put it back. That same fucking guy who was gonna live, now look at him. You dumb jackass, you should have stayed in Houston.
And this Nagin guy, the mayor, he's telling everyone, to stay away, like you just said.
Yeah.
So they're on the outskirts, and most likely the hurricane's going to hit on the outskirts.
Yeah, it's not going to. Odds are it's not going to hit directly where they were in New Orleans. It's going to go to those outlying areas where everyone evacuated to.
I bet Jesus freaks down there making a fortune. Because right now it literally feels like the hurricane's like stalking these people.
Yeah,
so,
chasing them.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of that shit and all you got is a flip-flop and a T-shirt and some guy's just like, dude, this is it, man. God is coming. You need to repent. Whatever you got left in your pocket, you're going to give it to. Yeah.
Sinner.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, very busy hurricane season, and they get him in the Gulf. It does happen. What are you going to do? Poor New Orleans. They'll still have Mardi Gras, though. I'm certain of it.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Hey, on the brighter side, if Rita misses, we have a second chance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With
the storm hitting New Orleans.
Holy shit, John.
Wow,
what are you talking
was
about?
Record time. We weren't on for 2 minutes.
You know that we're on fire already? We have a really good start to the radio show?
And you, screeching halt.
Let's go with this.
Goodbye.
Well, what is he trying? Did he just... Is he...
I like how vague his sentence was. He's just like, yeah that's like, the other thing, too. Like, we're going to be like, wah!
We got another chance with the other one.
What other one? Is there another hurricane besides Rita?
I think there's one spinning somewhere off the Bahamas. Yeah, there were two down there.
So that's what he's saying? If this one doesn't hit, there's another one behind Rita that might hit?
Much of a threat.
I haven't heard of the other hurricane that might hit.
It was very vague.
Who do you think is going to star in the New Orleans made-for-TV movie?
Oh, yeah.
Disaster?
Oh,
maybe a little Liv Tyler screaming on top of should be like a deputy sheriff.
Yeah,
with a horrendous New Orleans accent.
She would have to be somebody, like a cop or something like, not a victim.
It would be Sandra Bullock.
You think Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
They'd have to bring every black actor in, though. Every black actor would have to be brought in.
Morgan
for that
Freeman
one.
playing the same role again.
Could he
Frank Amos playing a diabetic. I need my insulin.
Is he Morgan Freeman too old to be the mayor, though? Or could he play the mayor?
They could just... why not?
Morgan Freeman can do anything.
Yeah, he can do anything, of course.
Actually, they'll have Will Smith as the mayor.
Will Smith? No, Will Smith's got to be like one of the guys that helps a shitload of people.
Well, it's going to be an action movie.
Out of their roofs.
We got WB11 here in New York already teasing that the hurricane might hit New Orleans. Even though all the real people are saying that it's looking like Galveston.
And they have no clue, these things.
You got to wait. You got
to wait.
For the second time in a month, New Orleans residents are fleeing for higher ground. Another storm could be headed this way, and people have been told to get out by tomorrow.
It's like you're fighting a losing battle, but this is Orleans. We're not going to quit. We're going to build this back.
Business owners began returning over the weekend. The Algiers neighborhood across the river from the French Quarter just reopened Monday. Now the plan to bring nearly 180,000 back is on hold.
We are suspending all reentry into the city of New Orleans.
Criticized for reopening the city too soon, Mayor Ray Nagin is now bracing his city for round 2 with Mother Nature.
Our levee systems are still in a very weak condition. Our pumping stations are not at full capacity.
We're on a mop.
Any type of storm that heads this way and hits us will put the East Bank of Orleans Parish in very significant harm's way.
Nagin says a mere 3-foot storm surge could cause another breach in the levees. President Bush, who is headed back to the region today, had questioned the plan to return evacuees to New Orleans.
If it were to rain a lot, there is concern from the Army Corps of Engineers that the levees might break. And so, therefore, we're cautious about encouraging people to return at this moment of history.
Why is throwing in
The president is making 2 stops. Later this morning, he will be in Gulfport, Mississippi. This afternoon, he will be here in New Orleans, where he will get a briefing on Rita and meet with businesses recovering from Katrina. Live in New Orleans, Sabrina Fang for the WB11 Morning News. John, back to you.
Sabrina, thanks.
I'm gonna go down and hug black people. Get some photo ops. in this moment in history.
I'm going to fly over black people.
Yeah, or
look down with a concerned look on my face.
I'll turn to my photographer and like put a little thing on my brow, make me look concerned. I'm concerned about this moment in history. Oh, God, is he the worst?
He's going down there again today, right?
Why?
He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's just going to go down there again and look around.
There is nothing he needs to go down there for. There are people you delegate responsibility to in these situations. You make the first initial visit so you look presidential and look like you're in charge. And then you go back and you say, you take care of this, you do that, you do that. And there's no reason for him to fly back down there again and look around.
Oh, yeah, going down there, will put his hand on somebody's shoulders with that look of concern.
Look of concern. There'll be some mother and a child, and he'll pick the kid up and walk a little with the kid.
And set it back down in the water. All right, that's a wrap. Let's go, people.
All right, load up the copter. I'm leaving.
Let's go to the phones. Say hi to Alan. Hey, Alan.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, what are you guys going to auction off for Hurricane 2 here?
Yeah.
I know, man. We're running out of
shit left.
We have nothing left.
We have nothing.
Man, you better start digging up over at Jimmy's house there. I think he's got a few things hidden in the closet there for us.
You know, if this hurricane hits another city and destroys it, we have nothing. There's just nothing we can do.
Yeah, think of that.
You have to go with, I think they deserved it.
Yeah. I think they deserved. They were evil anyway.
I like anytime there's a tragedy, people always got to talk up their city. Like New Orleans is a special kind of city. we're going to really what Little Rock would quit. Like, yeah, we don't have it in us. We're not like those people down in New Orleans. Those people rebuild. They're not quitters down there.
Say fuck it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be hilarious if we just walked away like?
Hurricane 1. I'm moving out.
City has no redeeming value whatsoever.
Oh.
It's contributed nothing through the history of this country, and we're not rebuilding.
It's everything Las Vegas wants to be. And it's commercials, you know?
Those commercials are great, though, when you turn on. It's like from the Arkansas Tourism Bureau, and they show like people on a beach riding horses and then some historic building. And you think, what could I possibly do that's fun there? Nothing. They are really trying to rope me into this one.
You're so right. Some of these places, I could do all that in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to go there a week.
Every building down there is historic. They don't have any money for a new one.
and they have some stupid catchphrase, you know, something, you'll be surprised by Little Rock. Yeah. You know, I will. And then they show the horseback riding and the beach. And that's pretty much it. And I'm thinking, if I want a vacation there, all right, horseback riding.
That could be fun for
like
an hour
maybe
or
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you go to the beach if it's nice out, 1, maybe 2 days. What are you doing for the rest of your vacation in Arkansas?
No idea.
They've shown me nothing in this commercial.
I'm sure there's a Starbucks there.
Yeah.
Some sign, Bill Clinton grew up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you would do. Look at his birthplace.
Let's say hi to Mark in Oklahoma City. Mark?
I just hope they have enough kayaks in New Orleans.
We need to fly in more kayaks.
Kayaks.
There's another hurricane. These people need more kayaks. We go in 2 at a time. We take them out. It only takes 168,000 years. 2 at a time.
Jim in Brooklyn, what's up?
Guaranteed, if this hurricane hits them, they're gonna have problems evacuating people. People are gonna die. And on that note, down in Florida, I know my mother's a nurse down there, and she got called into the hospital last night. They locked them down in the hospital last night.
The Florida ain't gonna get much.
Yeah,
pal. Don't worry about Florida.
All right, have a good one, guys.
They're gonna have some flooding and a lot of rain.
This thing's going between Cuba and Florida. Cuba and the Keys. It's staying in the water, it looks like. And then it goes out into the Gulf. It's not even a hurricane yet. It'll be a Category 1. Yeah, let's get a pool. I say just on the Texas-Louisiana border.
Really?
Yeah.
I say Houston.
You think Houston? That would really be
just as
funny,
a goof,
too.
because that's where everyone went.
Houston would be good, because that's where a lot of them went, man.
I'm going to go with Corpus Christi.
This is like
Corpus Christi?
Yeah, just because I like saying that.
This hurricane thing is like the Jaws series, where
Yeah,
now
it
the
is.
shark is following them.
Yeah.
Didn't the shark follow her down to the Bahamas or
It
something?
was awful in the last one.
What was that, Jaws 8 or
The
something?
next one will be 3D.
Yeah, I know. Louis Gossett Jr.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Now the hurricanes have minds of their own, and they're following the people.
Yeah.
I like how they call Houston, the rappers call it like the third coast. It's like if you go there, there's no sign of the ocean. It's like you want to go to the beach, you'll get in a car for like fucking 2 hours.
On a map, it looks like it could be close to the coast, but in reality, yeah, you're driving hours to any beach.
You know, I didn't want to look dumb, but now that Mike is asking this on the phones, I have to ask this as well.
Huh?
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Ant, where are you finding a beach in Little Rock?
I don't know. They show it on the commercial, my friend.
I just went,
probably
there's
some
a beach. I was thinking
probably some shitty lake or something. I wasn't saying it was a nice beach. I didn't say it was an ocean beach. There were people on a beach.
When you said beach, I'm thinking ocean. And then I'm
Yeah,
thinking...
they show beaches every place. They got beaches right down the hill from Mount McKinley, so no problem.
Yeah, it was. I believe me, I saw the stupid commercial. It's those states that no one visits. Tennessee. Come to Tennessee. What am I doing in Tennessee? They show green pastures, running horses, cows.
Some guy dressed like Davy Crockett.
Yes.
The moccasin on a rock. The musket.
Yeah, this old-timey dress, and some guy bending over, handing little children a piece of striped candy, something from a restoration village. I don't want to go. I'm not going. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going maybe if I got a weekend, I'll go to Atlantic City or Mohegan.
Sure.
I'm going to Miami. I'm going to L.A. There is so many places to go besides
before you get down to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Before you start getting to that area.
You're hyping a city that people leave.
Yeah, people leave.
Come to Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Did you guys even
We'll
know?
surprise you.
They always have some awful festival.
Orange festival celebrating their history that no one knows or cares about except them.
Anthony, Nathaniel's helping you out today.
Okay, Nathaniel. And you know something, Than? Thank you. I knew Than would do something sitting there.
Free things to do in Little Rock, Arkansas.
All right.
Kill yourself.
Enjoy the art of it all. The Arkansas
That sounds like
Center.
a thing they would do. Arkansas, the art of it all. Send for your free brochure on the Arkansas Tourism Bureau. No, I won't.
Catch a ride, or at least admire a bevy of dream machines from April through October, every third Thursday of the month from 6 to 9 p.m. More than 100 vintage, classic, and exotic cars, trucks, and motorcycles gather under the River Market Pavilions
for Mullet Fest 2005
in the River Market District for the Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau. Popular Cruisin' in the Rock.
Cruisin' in the Rock. See, they got to make it sound cool and fun. I want to, you hear it and go, I want to go cruising in the Rock.
Enter a war zone. The MacArthur Museum of Arkansas Military History.
You know they have a symphony.
Of course
like
they do.
Little Rock Symphony.
Little Rock Symphony.
At the Arkansas Performance for the Arts.
Do you think there's a section of Little Rock?
I got one.
Where they do Broadway shows? Like they put on their version of Les Mis?
Of course. Here's a good one for you. You go to Little Rock to see Bill Clinton's running shoes and saxophone.
The
my
actual
God.
one he played on the Arsenio Hall show.
Where is that?
The old State House. 300 West Markham Street.
God, there is
Snap
no
a
reason.
shot with the Sugar Bakers.
The Sugar Bakers.
Considered a local Little Rock landmark, the circa 1881 Villa Mare, Second Empire Italianate home gained fame when in the 1980s television producers and former Arkansas residents Harry blah blah and wife blah blah used the home's exterior to depict the Sugar Baker design firm on the couple's CBS television series Designing Women.
Are you kidding me?
Holy
that
shit.
reach?
They took that long to say that the stupid house used in Designing Woman is...
The exterior shot,
Right.
the establishing shot at the beginning when they go do-do-do-do-do at the beginning of the show, that house is in Little Rock.
You could feed the ducks, Anthony.
Well, book me a ticket.
At the beach.
I'm going. At that beach I was talking about.
Visit the Peabody...
Go body surfing.
Visit the Peabody Ducks. Arkansas is known as a duck hunter's paradise, but bring your camera, not your shotgun.
Oh, see?
For this free fun.
Why? Is that their slogan? Someone's saying their slogan is "Come to Little Rock. We ain't so little after all."
Yeah. Go window shopping, eat a peach, see the rock.
Eat a peach. Eating a peach is one of their selling points. That's how bad this fucking place is to visit. Eat. Do something. Sustain your life. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Repeat.
Eat a peach. Well, the peach will cost you, but not much.
No.
And a juicy farm fresh Arkansas peach, hand selected at the farmer's market in the heat of summer, is well worth the pocket change.
Isn't Georgia known for its peaches?
Yeah, but you know what?
Robin.
The hand-picked peaches are so much better.
That's true than some
hand-picked
machine. What picks a peach? Do they got that tree shaker machine?
Mexican.
A Mexican, they call it.
See the rock. You got to see the landmark for which the city was named.
Little Rock?
Ugh.
There's actually a Little Rock?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do they have a famous sandwich that you just have to have?
It's got to be.
What
is their food?
This first outcropping of rock along the Arkansas River above its mouth was known to pioneers and early explorers traveling the river in the early 19th century as Le Petite Roche, to distinguish it from the big rock upstream. The Little Rock on the south bank marked the transition from level lands of the east to the rugged hills of the mountain ranges and offered a natural landing for those traveling by boat.
We are learning more than I ever wanted to know about.
I have to admit, I actually found that a little interesting.
Was it? Yeah. The Little Rock.
So
there's a big rock somewhere?
I guess. You could climb a mountain, you could take a hike, book it. Why buy the book when you could read it for free with a brand new main library in the River Market? There's never been a better time to browse the shelves looking for a good read.
Visit a library. That's another selling point.
Because the library is new, there's never been a better time to browse.
I bet all those books are brand spanking new and there ain't a fingerprint on them. You want to read a fresh book, crack it open, and it smells like new book.
Have a grave experience.
Oh, this sounds scary.
You go to a cemetery and walk around a little bit. Let's see, ranging from the more common angels and cherubs to a unique pair of two young girls memorialized, two sisters who died in childhood and are buried there.
Sounds scary.
Those buried in this graveyard include at least 10 Arkansas governors and 3 U.S. senators, 5 Confederate generals, 20 Little Rock mayors.
If you can name one, you win 2 days and 3 nights.
Exactly. Cultivate your senses. It just keeps going on and on.
Yeah, I would love to listen to more, but I just went to the Arkansas Symphony website. There is indeed a symphony, Bill. You are absolutely right.
They always do. You know what the sad thing is? I bet they're great. None of
you
them
think
are from
they're really
there.
good?
It's like working up the farm teams of symphonies. That's like quadruple A.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get there.
Some lifer playing the fucking cello.
Steve in Philly. What's up, Steve?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey.
Hey, enter a war zone. You make a wrong turn in Little Rock, and a Schwoogie's jack you for your Escalade.
Yeah, it's. I hear there's a lot of gang violence down in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I saw a show on that once.
All right.
Gangs of
Hey,
Little
when are we
Rock.
gonna have more sex on the radio?
Dude,
we had a lot of sex last week.
Last week was
Calm
like
down.
our sex shows.
That's right.
We need more. We need more sexiest state.
Arkansas, my friend.
Yeah. Do we even know who the sexiest state is at this point?
Hopefully, it was me last time in December in Pennsylvania.
That was you banging that.
Yeah.
Brought up the poop shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, I remember you. All right, let's say hi to Scott in Little Rock. Scott.
Yeah, fellas, don't come to Little Rock. You ain't missing a damn thing.
No.
100 degrees every day, 90% humidity. Don't waste your time.
What do you do down there?
I travel for a living, so I'm not there very often.
So your job takes you out of Little Rock?
Yes, fortunately.
Did you grow up there? You grew up in Little Rock, though?
Oh, yeah.
And what did you do? What was some of your activities for fun in Little Rock?
Fishing.
Fishing.
We got some good fishing lakes. That's about it.
At what age were you when you realized that place sucked?
Damn, when I first got there.
Yeah.
It's like New Orleans made over.
But the only way you would know it sucks is if you ever left there. There's probably people that have never left Little Rock.
Think Little Rock is just the shit.
Thinking it's the Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac Daddy, my ass. Watch it out, boys.
All right.
That was the show. It was Bangin' in Little Rock. That was the HBO special on the gangs of Little Rock.
Who knew, right? No one knew that before.
But weren't they a bunch of, like, wiggers? A bunch of little white kids trying to be in gangs or something?
I don't know. Maybe Anthony knows. Anthony!
Yo, Opie and Anthony, Bill, what's up?
Hey, man. The Bangin' in Little Rock, was it white gangs?
No. It was, like, strictly, like, Bloods and Crips, and it's how, like, these two gangs just pretty much dominate all the crime that's going on over there.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of guns and stuff, and they were, like, beating people into the gangs.
Yeah, that was, like, one of the first HBO on the covers, like, one of the first cities they really, like, went into before, like, Crack Street and everything.
How weak is that, though? Like, if any of these people went to L.A., they would just get their asses handed to them, but in Little Rock, they're like the
Little
Mac
Rock,
Daddy.
you run the show.
Bloods and Crips, they're like a corporation.
Yeah.
Like Burger King, McDonald's, it's like...
They franchise out, yeah.
All the other gangs are bummed when they come to town. Dude, they're putting up a Walmart. Fuck.
What about my hardware store?
Yeah, what about my mom and pop gang?
We were terrorizing. We were causing mayhem.
Yeah. If I had that kind of budget, I could get those kinds of weapons.
Exactly.
Now I got to get beaten into a gang all over again. Fucking 32.
That was the shit, man.
I like every city, like, west of St. Louis is, like, on those HBO things, seems to be, like, before we get to, like, L.A. and this stuff, is all white kids making, like, crystal meth.
Yeah.
Stealing their dad's, like, Chevy Love pickup truck. The rusted out bed. And them coming home just crying, why do you keep doing it?
Making crank. You can't even buy any. Have you noticed here, even in Great Neck, Opie Great Neck, where I live, you cannot. I walked into a Rite Aid. You cannot buy cold medication. There are signs up there that say these cold medications, and it's a long list, are available behind the pharmacy counter. You have to ask for them. And then there's a reason. It says because this can be used in the creation of methamphetamine, an illegal drug, blah, blah, blah. So now, in Great Neck, I have to get cold medication. I have to go up to the pharmacist and ask him for it.
How else are you going to make your crystal meth?
How else am I going to concoct my crystal meth in my lab? I don't know how many crystal meth labs there are in Great Neck, to tell you the truth. I've never seen a bust in cops where they bust into the crystal meth lab and there's a mezuzah on the doorway. I've yet to see Jewish crystal meth makers, ever.
Why are you living in a Jewish neighborhood?
Because it's a wonderful place to live. I love the Jews. I love their lack of any crime that they want to commit. Perhaps white-collar crime. I don't know what they're doing. But as far as breaking in your doors, as far as keying your cars, stealing your cars, breaking into your house, your yard, things like that, Jews don't do it. They just don't do it. I've never seen Hasidic walk by a car and just key the shit out of it and laugh.
An acidic prowler.
No, there's never a acidic prowler, although they are dressed for it.
Yeah.
Very dark clothing. You could probably break in very easily undetected, but they just don't do it.
Is there anything more uncomfortable than seeing a Hasidic Jew, like, waiting for the subway in, like, the middle of July, wearing that whole Little House on the Prairie outfit? You're like, dude. It's like, you know, I believe in God and that type of stuff, but I don't think he minds if you take your coat off or something.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to hell if you just kind of cool down a little bit.
Oh, those curly Q things just dripping with sweat.
The curly fries?
Yeah, whatever.
Just kind of hanging there. The payas.
Hey, I got to go back a little bit because the instant feedback is, notice something and the phones notice something.
Yeah.
How do you know the theme song to Designing Women?
Did I actually do the theme song?
You did a little bit, enough where people are like, what the fuck?
Dude, I was just doing random notes.
Are
if
you
I
sure?
hit lucky, boy, that's amazing.
Yeah. I thought that was like a talk show, like The View.
Yeah, see, I was just kind of doing an establishing shot song type thing.
All right.
I really don't know the theme.
Was that one of those awful sitcoms that you never watched but went like 19 years?
Oh, yeah.
You almost...
Yeah, I was close, I guess.
All right.
Ugh.
You're safe.
That's the soundtrack to suicide.
Please.
Just some awful fucking marriage.
It's
Honey, our show's on. You don't have the balls to say you want to watch the game. You just fucking...
It's so funny. Designing Women's on.
It's a riot.
That show and that other one with the old broads, the Golden Girls. Oh.
Oh, you know there's another one that was on forever? Caroline in the City. That whole cast could walk by me on the street and I would have no fucking clue who they were.
And it was on forever.
Oh, they all got huge houses.
Yeah. And, yeah, I could not identify one of them.
That's funny.
Oof. Wonder what it's like to be on a show like you're making all that cash, but like nobody gives a fuck.
No one cares
People
about
on
you.
Friends are getting mobbed.
Yeah, you're not a celebrity. You're making money. Your show's been on for years. You walk the streets anonymously.
You go down the red carpet, they think you're like a publicist.
Yes.
You're like, I am starring in my own fucking sitcom.
I've been on
for
buddy.
Keep it moving.
8 years.
Oh my God, we got the cast of Caroline in the City on the internet here. You're right.
Yeah. Who
I wouldn't
are
recognize
they?
Any of these guys?
Who are they? Although my buddy Adam Ferrara was I think a recurring character on 2 episodes.
Are we getting video of that, Ben? Do we have video where we could talk about that?
Yeah, we'll have video in 1 second.
Ooh.
All right.
I want to see that clip.
Yeah, really.
Of Adam delivering that horrible material.
I know.
Ben just wrote this down, but we need another minute before we can say anything on the air.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Let's say hi to Frank in
great.
Jersey. Frank, what's up?
So good.
Hey, guys, you missed the obvious attraction in Little Rock.
All right.
The Bill Clinton Library,
Mm-hmm.
where you can buy cigars and blue dresses. Punching out.
No, you're not punching out. Realize there's no punching out. You are a crater of burning jet fuel.
All right, let's say
They
hi.
always want to punch out after the crash. It doesn't happen that way. I've heard people that go like, yeah, the Clinton Library, have you visited that? No. Well, it's punching out. Like, that's punching out.
Right.
Before he gets to the bad punchline, that is impact. Your family will get your dental records, and that is the only way they can identify you, my friend.
That joke needed like an awful late-night band to start playing as he went to commercial.
Hey, this is...
Hey, what's the deal with that? It's fucking crazy.
Hey, Bruce. Bruce in New York.
Hey.
Anybody else
What's
seen
going
this?
on? I heard on Fox News or CNN this morning, I can't remember which, but they say the governor's mansion had a fire. Damn near burnt down the whole trailer park.
All right, I think we're done with our Arkansas segment. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a joke, son. Don't you get it? I made a funny, son, and you're not laughing.
Here's Nathaniel. Did you print that up or somebody else?
Travis printed out some of the bad slogans out there.
Yeah, but they're bad slogans for places around the world. Like none for the United States.
Yeah, we need the same thing for the United States.
I see like the Tourism Authority of Thailand is Thailand, happiness on earth. Amazing Thailand, experience variety. Thailand.
Well, what's the slogan for Vegas again?
A little boy, a
I
little
know,
girl?
you know what Thailand is known for as far as the tourism goes. Going there, getting and having sex with underage, with little children.
Yeah.
Not underage children. What does that mean? Having sex with underage children. I like the children that are of age. By that beach they got there. Thailand. Malaysia is Malaysia. Truly Asia. It rhymes.
You know
Queensland?
everybody over there, that's what they get trashed for.
Yeah.
That ain't Asia.
That ain't Asia.
Nah.
Malaysia. Truly Asia. Incredible India. Eternally yours. Don't people bathe in their own shit water in the rivers over there? They make it to you get a slogan? Sounds nice.
Well, Vegas is the good one. Does anyone know another slogan for another city that the tourism people
I love
send
New
out?
York.
Oh, yeah, okay. I love New York. What does that really mean, though?
Greece, beyond words.
Yeah.
Live your myth in Greece.
Virginia is for lovers.
Oh, yeah, Virginia
Yes.
is for lovers. Why?
Is that like the license plate, or do they really...
They're even fucking in Little Rock, so...
What's on the...
The New Jersey license plate is "Live Free or Die." Is that the state saying, or is that just...
That's not New Jersey,
That's
Ben.
New Hampshire. Did I say New Jersey?
New Hampshire. New Jersey.
I meant New Hampshire.
Idiot.
God. You want to see some good video, by the way?
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. Tell everybody what you...
Poe's sound asleep at the security desk.
Sound asleep.
Yeah, Steve just videoed it.
So if you walked past the Kevlar and bulletproof glass window, you could see Poe sleeping in there.
He's asleep.
Thank God
like
he's safe.
asleep on a cell phone. He's got his hand up to his head.
Thank God he is safe.
Doesn't he look like he's getting some awful news?
That's just... Can you hear him snoring in that video too, Steve?
Well, he's in the soundproof area
His
there.
head is down. He is completely asleep. Not even trying to look like he's awake or hidden or anything.
That's great. Someone get him on a phone. I don't want him in studio.
He's dreaming he's squared off with Bruce Lee.
What's you got like a fake gun? Somebody put like a ski mask on and just freak him out.
Walk up to him, put it to his head. You'd probably end up dead, though.
Get on the ground, motherfucker!
You'd probably end up dead. He'd twist your arm off.
Kind of disheartening when you're trying to do a morning show and make people laugh and entertain them, and your security guy is fast asleep.
He really would. He'd wake up and smother you with that leather vest
that he wears every fucking day. All right,
where's Andalusia? Andalusia. There's only one. I didn't even know there was one. Iceland, unspoiled Iceland. I want ones from states though.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like how are they talking up like Oklahoma? How are they talking up South Dakota? I've been to South Dakota though. They got the Badlands there.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. They got Mount Rushmore.
They got a lot of pretty rocks.
Rocks are there.
Lots and lots of rocks. Yeah. All right, we're going to take our first break. Then we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. We got lots to do today. We got Laszlo coming in. Oh, you want to hear the Laszlo trailer?
Yes.
We should play this right away. Laszlo coming in studio at 9 a.m. He does some great production for the Opie and Anthony show. Also, Julia from Co-Ed Magazine in studio to talk about sex. Gene Simmons calling in later on. That'll be fun.
Promote something.
Well, he's promoting his School of Rock or whatever.
He's got something else, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that school
Does
thing
he have like a
still
KISS laptop?
He's got so much stuff going on.
I know. Jesus Christ. Just remember when you were surprised to learn he was Jewish? Remember that? Like years ago, no, the guys from KISS, get out of here. Gene Simmons do it. Now it's just like...
Of course he is.
Always hawking his wares.
Do you guys remember at NAW when he came up to the studio, he's like showing you the KISS like Visa. He's like, you guys got to get these. He's showing them to everyone.
Yes, the KISS Visa. You guys need this.
No.
It's wonderful.
No.
My interest rate is only 15%. He's got KISS, like, the KISS coffin was the big thing. Remember that? Didn't Dimebag Darrell get buried in a KISS coffin?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Oh, God.
We got Master Poe on the line. Master Poe.
Yeah, how you doing, Ope?
Are we disturbing your sleep today?
No, I'm doing just fine.
They got video of you sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a long night?
No, not at all.
I kicked the Sandman's ass, gentlemen. Tried to sprinkle sand in my eyes.
I choked him out.
Choked him into submission.
Yeah, I was choking sheep all night.
What happened there, Poe? Are you sleepy?
No, I just had my breakfast. I'm fine.
But you fell asleep, so you're probably a little sleepy from something last night.
Yeah, we don't have video of you eating an egg sandwich. We have video of you snoring and sleeping. You're not getting out of this one.
Okay.
Why do you feel like you're the only one that can't be part of this radio show? We caught you sleeping, so now you have to tell us something.
Were you meditating?
You know something? I was.
Does that look like what he does? He meditates. Remember Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid? He was meditating, and Daniel-san walked in, and he thought he was sleeping.
Yeah, I was
Didn't budge, didn't move, looked asleep.
That's
he was meditating.
You were meditating.
Praying for the victims.
Yeah, if you want to call it meditating, sure, I was meditating.
Yeah.
No, tell us.
My mouth was open, meditating?
I've never seen people snore meditating.
Right. What happened? You didn't get a lot of sleep last night?
No, I'm fine. I was just cleaning up my place. And, extra work, that's all right.
Yeah, that's a little sleepy this morning.
Just a little. I'll be fine.
All right. All right, Poe.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
There he goes. He was just meditating. He's not happy.
No,
he wants people to think he's perfect.
No one likes
and that
being
he never,
caught sleeping.
ever fucks up.
Dock that chink a day's pay for napping on the job.
I just saw that the other night again.
No one likes to be caught sleeping on the job.
Okay, Gene Simmons calling in a little later. Laszlo coming in, and he did this production piece. We got to hear this. This is great.
Yeah.
In 2002.
I'm going to start over because
Just like that.
That's it.
What happened?
I'm just babbling.
We're still on.
Why? I thought you were playing something.
I was going to play something, but it was
we were congratulating each other that we made it through a break. we go like, well, and there it is. Not a clue what the fuck we were going to talk about at a minute to 7, and now 45 or so minutes into the show, we worked.
That was like behind the scenes.
A little pat on the back to each other. I took the headphones off. I leaned back. Let me read some instant feedback.
That was my fault.
I thought you were doing a bit, but then quickly realized that you really were patting yourself on the back.
Little pat on the back. We had shit. We molded a fucking sculpture.
That was
More
my
power
fault.
to us.
That was my fault. I was like, that was easy.
That was easy.
Fucking rookie in here. Dude, we're still on. I'm like the fucking weatherman out there. And it's going to be sunny in the 50s. And back to you. God, I'm fucking tired. We're still on. Back to basic cable.
Yeah, normally.
And back to you, Bob. Sometimes rape is good. What? Hello? Fuck.
Normally that's how it would have went, but the Laszlo production piece was so fucking loud. I know
Was it?
I know we blew out some speakers, so I wanted to start it over.
Maybe someone didn't hear it then.
I want to turn it down a little bit.
Were you able to hear us babbling then? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. We all heard you guys.
All right.
Here's the Laszlo production piece again.
Suck my cock.
In 2002, darkness covered the land.
The Catholic League is praising Infinity Broadcasting for canceling the Opie and Anthony show.
And evil reigned supreme.
Hoo-hoo, Robin!
Until one day, they returned, and all hell broke loose.
Bullshit! Can you hear me? I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. Shut up. One Wednesday, I picked up a guy in a dress, and he sucked my dick.
You just sit back and watch what happens next.
Opie.
Shut up, shut up.
Anthony.
Away with you! Away! Away! Leave! Leave the fucking studio!
Jim Norton.
Every one of you is a time-wasting cockpiece.
I will beat children about the head.
And the O&A Army.
Our fans are a bunch of jackasses.
3 men leading an army from the pits of darkness.
You are shit. You are worthless.
We're all losing it.
I could give a fuck.
Fighting the evil nemesis, poisoning the land.
You're just a little scumbag, and I'll just spit in your fucking face. I'd love to spit in your fucking face. Fuck him!
And a battle that almost separated them forever.
I'm an actor. You're insane. You don't know how a show works, and then you have these stupid opinions. I understand you're trying to do a radio show. We're not gonna do that, you ass! Aw, don't get all angry and yell.
Jim, you're fucking pissing me off.
Whatever.
Holy shit.
What happens when love pushes you over the edge?
I gotta feel the tits!
Nowhere to run.
Who is this idiot on the radio?
Nowhere to hide.
You're shit out of luck.
And no way out.
Dance, motherfucker, dance.
Yeah, look at my cock. The most anticipated thriller of the year.
Give to me the money, I will make for you the like I fuck.
No!
The Opie and Anthony Show. Rated R for retarded. The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Yeah, how about a big fuck you to Harry, the intern for Ron and Fez. Harry, you better get your ass wired to your head or I will take a big shit on you. All right. Fuck you, Harry. Yeah, it's Dan. Hi, Harry. Just wanted to remind you. Fuck you, Harry. My fucking foot, man! Something fell on my fucking foot, man! Pussy. Fuck you, Harry. I mean, come on! Fuck, you can't give me 1 minute of airtime? Fuck, you won't even fucking answer the call now? F you, Harry.
I want to give a big fuck you to the town for making my job a living hell every goddamn day.
I want to give a big fuck you to the gas station manager who thinks she's hot shit because she told me I couldn't give a credit card over the phone. I want to say fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, little sucking fucking butthole of America in North Carolina. Fuck you! You are a fucking tool, Harry. Fuck you!
This is Noah Mike. I want to give out a big fuck you to my brother Andrew,
I'm homeless now because of this damn hurricane here in New Orleans. This douchebag's got 2 apartments, one that no one's in. So what does he do? He offers it to me. Then what do you do? Because that hole you're married to controls you and has your balls in a jar. You end up giving it to her mother's friend of a friend instead of your brother, your own family who's homeless. Fuck you, Andrew, and fuck your wife.
Hey, how's about we go steal some picnic baskets?
Oh, I don't know, Steve. I don't think the park ranger like that.
Oh, what the ranger doesn't see, the ranger won't know.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
It's a funny two that we play.
That's not what you do.
Sodomy. We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We like to call this the O&A virus, and it's spreading slowly but surely across America. We just came up with a pretty good idea, but Steve is very bummed out about our brilliant new idea.
More work for poor Steve.
Well, we just played the Laszlo O&A movie trailer, and it was really, really good. We'll be playing that from time to time. And,
whoa! Hey. Watch it, Steve.
Steve's making his way.
Oh,
damn.
Put
the landing gear down.
Oh, there he goes. All right. Come on now. So, you're getting a little ballsy with that thing. You came right over my head.
I wasn't expecting Bill to be here. I was looking for a spot.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
That's really stupid, though, because you know Bill's going to be here every day.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I just...
Hydrogen exhaust is so tired.
You can't let that slide.
I know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm working on 3 hours of sleep.
All right, so
hybrid improv skills.
Improv, yeah.
So Laszlo did a great O&A movie trailer. So I turned to Anthony. I'm like, the listeners like to get involved from time to time. Remember when we did jingles?
Yeah.
Oh, where are the jingles? Hold on.
They're all in. Oh, those jingles.
Yeah, hold on. I got two of our favorite jingles that came in.
Oh, you're playing the Opie! That one's great.
Well, I like it. All right, yeah.
That's my favorite. Yeah, this one's my favorite.
Opie! Anthony! And Norton too! Good times, great hits! Except suck my fucking cock!
Oh! Well, look who's just walked in. It's E-Rock.
What the fuck, dude? We're in the middle of doing something.
Sorry, showing Nathaniel something.
What were you showing Nathaniel?
Roll the listener jingles.
His new album.
Yeah, if you weren't listening yesterday, Eric has walk-on music now.
Yeah,
what
from
are you
one of his favorite artists.
Where all the rest of the listener jingles are.
We don't need the rest of the listener jingles.
We only need the ones we have.
All right, there he goes. Thank you, Eric.
Kind of saunters out when that music starts playing, doesn't he? Sachets.
All right, here's
look of humiliation on his face.
Oh, is he the only one that has walk-on music? Steve has the hybrid thing every time he comes in. We used to have Martini Steve music every time he came in.
God, that is the
Do we
worst
still have
music.
that?
Yeah, it's on your replay, I think.
Is it? All right, hold on.
Yeah, Dan, do you know where it is?
I think it's over here. I actually think I know where it is.
In the old days when Steve was
no, that's the remix.
Drinking like a maniac.
Oh, well, no, that's the remix. We used to just play the music from Austin Powers. All right, here's the other jingle that came in from one of the listeners.
That one is so creepy that I love it.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Of course you can't. He's going, Greg and Tony show, Greg and Tony show, Greg and Tony's got Dr. Norton with sex advice. Wear no bag, spread the HIV. It's on XM.
Jesus Christ.
But now, listen, I'll play it again. You'll hear it all.
Greg and Tony show, Greg and Tony show, Greg and Tony got Dr. Norton with sex advice. Wear no bag, spread the HIV. It's on XM.
Now, isn't it so obvious?
Wow.
That is so creepy. You just picture him in his basement carving women up.
Yeah.
You know, with that creepy voice.
Yeah, you're tied up like
Yeah.
that. And he's sitting there going, exactly so.
And it's just big ball gag in their mouth, and they're just. It's so horrific that he's having such a good time singing and carving them up.
You're just waiting for the horror to begin. Oh man, I
Oh, that awful.
Oh God.
Very funny. So the point I was going to make really fast, and it's taken about 10 minutes. Laszlo O&A movie trailer. Well, the listeners did the jingles down the road. That was months ago.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe listeners could come up with Opie and Anthony movie trailers.
Take it upon themselves to use their own computers or studios or whatever they do and concoct a movie trailer.
Yeah,
with
based on the
clips
Opie
from
and
our
Anthony
show.
Why not?
And use the voice guy.
So that, that's how these
All right.
And these ideas start. It's just Anthony and I shooting the shit, but Steve unfortunately was listening in, and all he was saying was, "Oh dear God, no."
Oh God, because they all get sent to Steve. Dial tone. All right.
That was a little weird, huh?
What was that? Stop it.
Yeah, because they
get down.
All the production for the show is sent to Steve at FoundryMusic.com.
Yeah, Steve at FoundryMusic.com. So you make these things up, and Steve will sift through
acres and acres
of
diarrhea.
Like Nolans.
Yeah.
He will seek out some type of little nugget of gold.
A little morsel.
Yeah.
You love creativity, but it's just some people really want to pat themselves on a back on the back for
on a back. Yeah, write that down. Write that down, Dan, for the flow.
He really gets all flustered.
He is so
he's
flustered
adjusted
right now.
the arms of the chair. Now, okay, that's gonna be a good level. Okay. I found my little chi.
Yeah,
this is gonna flow.
What's the matter, Steve? You're a little
big guy,
nervous.
No, I'm really sleep deprived after last night because I didn't get home till like midnight. So.
Oh, you went to Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. So.
Oh, how was that?
Actually, it was very good. It was to see a band like that in such a small venue like that Nokia Theater, which is really one of the coolest venues I've ever seen.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Not
you caught all the nuances of "Shot Through the Heart."
I certainly did. It's
living on a prayer.
I don't know if they did that one.
Come on.
They had it to live.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.
Yeah, they must have. I was
like Sinatra not singing My Way.
Yeah, they must have done it. They must have done it. I mean, it was a lot of hits, 3 songs off the new album, and and a field of
Did they do
middle-aged
Runaway?
Women. No Runaway.
No old school Runaway?
No, but they did.
What about Wanted?
Yes.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, but not like that. Richie Sambora pulled out his double neck acoustic guitar, and they did that whole thing.
You're gonna let me slide on that, Bill. I love him.
So Bon Jovi, and you said the fans, a lot of older women.
The middle-aged women love the Bon Jovi. It is
because they were youngsters when Bon Jovi first came out,
right? But they're not now, and they're a
were
lot.
They all like, whoa, live and dancing and
they
screaming the music,
were.
Nodding and pointing at each other.
Yeah, in the beginning,
looking at their watch because they got to get home to the babysitter.
In the beginning,
the old days are done with them.
This is my song, man.
I remember.
I lost my virginity. The song.
Absolutely did. I mean, intermixed with all the industry people that were there because it's a New York showcase. It's a brand new theater, so there's a lot of suits in the place. But there's 1,000 middle-aged housewives that are trying to recapture.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Do you get cell service in the Nokia theater? Did you try?
Ironically, no. My Nokia
You can't
phone.
get cell service in the Nokia theater.
You watched as a bunch of people were trying to make calls, just looking at their cell phones, going, "What the fuck?" I'm in the Nokia
How could
theater.
the Nokia theater not have cell service?
I'm sure that's something they can fix.
That's
but we were all looking at our cell phones, saying, "Why do I have no signal?"
Single. Wow. You are a wreck. You are absolutely a wreck.
So tired.
People like you here, Steve.
Do they really?
Yeah, there's no reason to be like...
Yeah.
You think I'm flustered?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I apologize.
you are.
Well, with each fuck-up, you get more and more flustered.
They're really just compounding.
I can't talk.
He's just too tired.
But
he's got a cute shirt on today. I bet you that means fuck you.
It certainly does, in sign language.
In sign language, yes.
I'm hoping
great.
it does.
Where did you... You're hoping it does.
Well, it's 7 letters. One of them resembles an F.
It looks like
It
fuck.
looks like fuck you, so I took the guy's word for it.
Y-U, yeah.
Well, let's see. Yeah, that is K. I know K.
That looks like you on the bottom.
That is you. That is
Okay.
you. That is O. That is... Wait, no, that's Y. Yeah, all right.
How do you know sign language?
I don't know. I learned it once. Not a lot of it, but enough of it. That's definitely a Y-O-U. I don't know. I don't know if that's
He knows how to say, don't scream and I won't hurt you in sign language.
Opie, when you sign the word put, do you do B, U,
yeah,
P? That would be odd.
All right, Steve. That Brian Wilson character guy on Imus let out an O&A party rock at about 6:50 this morning. He said, "Hi, Opie, O&A party rock. Hi, Anthony." That was Overman from whackbag.com. Checking in. Imus is helping us out once again today.
We love the Imus in the Morning program.
All right. Speaking of music, this is a quickie. There's one album out there that has outsold the following albums. Nirvana's Nevermind. Van Halen, 1984, which was a huge album for
I
Van
had
Halen.
it. Used to plug in the headphones, man.
Actually, I'll even
Listen to
give
that.
it. Nevermind sold 10 million. 1984 by Van Halen sold 10 million. Joshua Tree, U2, 10 million albums sold. Abbey Road, The Beatles, 12 million sold. 10 from Pearl Jam, 12 million sold.
Wow.
Purple Rain by Prince, 13 million sold. Metallica's Black Album, 14 million sold.
14 million.
Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, 15 million sold. Appetite for Destruction.
Jersey and I'm Shut up. Who likes Bruce?
With his 4-hour stories.
Oh, aren't they awful? Hey, Wendy, I got a record deal. Shut up. Who cares? Who cares? Well, we went to the Jersey Shore in... Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He is the worst.
Every song's about a factory.
Just
that's
ponderous.
closing. like everybody's decent people who fucking work in those places.
And I grew up thinking that I'd work there too, but they closed it. And now where am I gonna work, Wendy? Shut up. Song goes on another 10 minutes.
in my car.
So I got in my Chevy and went down to the shore. Who cares? Walking the boardwalks of Jersey. Shut up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How ponderous. What a pompous ass thinking anyone wants to hear a 10-minute storytelling session from this idiot.
About love, losing
about
his job,
anything. Who
his
cares?
ride.
That's like Carlos Mencia building his whole act around the greater San Diego area.
They finally gave a beaner a show.
Dude.
Anyone ever see the signs with the families crossing the street? No, never.
It's
I've
pretty
never
wacky.
seen it. I live in Minnesota. I've never seen a family of Mexicans on a sign across the street. Never, ever.
All right. Well, Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA.
Born in the USA.
Oh, would I love to see his throat pop out.
That's
80,000 idiots in giant stadiums.
Oh, just chanting along with Bruce.
That sold 15 million copies.
15 million idiots.
Guns N' Roses.
Tough skin jeans.
Working man denim.
Yeah.
That's what he's got
on
on.
stage with a thermos.
I'm going to sing a couple of songs for you people.
And a bandana.
Then I'm going to go dig a trench. Sure you are.
Because I don't know any other way.
I'm just a working man from Jersey. Shut up. Shut up.
You know, he's like the Midwest answer to like John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Who just sang about farms every fucking time.
Yeah, real relatable. I could really relate to that one you did about cabbage there, John. God, every time I'm out there picking the cabbage.
I'm an idiot. He's doing a killer Bruce Springsteen, and I bring up some obscure douchebag.
No! I agree wholeheartedly.
It's fine. Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, 15 million copies sold. Physical Graffiti, Zeppelin, of course, 15 million copies sold.
And that's a double album, too, right?
Wow.
Yes.
Does that mean 30, or they sold 7.5?
Yeah. How does that work? Love the big double album. You can clean your pot on it easy. The seeds rolled right down the seam. The ancient days.
I did it to you again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What?
I'm just fucking.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. You just
You
plow
contribute.
ahead. We just plow ahead. Some of these are going to work. Some will acknowledge, and some will just sit here uncomfortably and go, "Oh Jesus, that sucked."
We're just plowing ahead here in Jersey.
You got Robert Kelly on speed dial right now. All right, dude, we might need you. He's not making it past Wednesday.
I do want to acknowledge I saw Dane Cook Friday and Robert Kelly warmed up. Holy shit. In front of 5,000 people, he killed.
Yeah?
Absolutely killed. We make fun of Robert Kelly a lot on this show. Holy crap.
We do?
Yeah, I think we do. This whole I broke my knee man and everything else. Anyway, there's one album out there that sold more than all of those. It's not the top-selling album of all time because people are getting confused.
Yeah, people are commenting, like, is it Dark Side of the Moon? Which probably sold more than all those albums, I would think. Did it?
That's a good question.
Fan?
You got to think if they have Physical Graffiti up here, that Zeppelin 4 sold a hell of a lot more than 15 million copies, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any other albums. What Beatles album sold the most?
Sgt. Pepper's.
If Abbey Road only sold 12 million.
I bet Sgt. Pepper's is probably the Beatles' top-selling album.
You think?
I'm just, pulling it out of my ass.
This is us
Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul.
This is us just guessing, and we'll never have the answer, by the way.
No.
In case you're playing
not going to get
at home.
Oh. Where's Dark Side of the Moon?
Man. The Recording Industry Association of America's top-selling albums of all time.
Wow. The big countdown.
The big countdown. We'll be doing this all morning. Wait, I want...
Coming in at number 10.
2 for Tuesday.
That's a twofer.
Yeah, give me the 10.
Double shot.
Oh, we can't go 10 because there's a bunch of albums.
What?
Well, there's a bunch of albums in, like, let's
Tied
say...
for 10th?
Let's say in the 15 million category.
Get the Let Out coming up at 5.
Yeah, where we play Led Zeppelin for your ride home.
All right, here we go. Here's, like Boston's first album sold 17 million copies. Also, the Bodyguard soundtrack with Whitney Houston. Just when you thought Boston's first album was huge.
Shut up.
That thing sold 17 million copies.
Slim Whitman?
Fleetwood Mac. Rumors, 19 million copies. Back in Black, 19 million copies.
How do you sell 19 million copies of anything?
Well, ask Shania Twain, because she also sold 19 million
Very good, Opie.
Let's see. Zeppelin 4, 22 million copies. The Wall by Pink Floyd, 23 million copies. Thriller by Michael Jackson, 26 million copies. And the top-selling album of all time is...
Sing Along with Mitch Miller and the Gang.
Sing Along with Mitch.
That's my first record.
The Eagles' greatest hits, 1971 through 1975, 28 million copies.
That's the biggest selling album of all time.
Yes, but getting back to our cute little thing we were doing,
Wow.
now that we confused the fuck out of everybody, all those albums I mentioned earlier... There's one album that outsold all those great albums.
They're writing it down. So what album has outsold the Eagles' greatest hits?
No!
I thought that's what you were getting at. No?
That's the way you were phrasing it.
Yeah.
It was excellent news. Keep the people watching the news, but probably vastly exaggerated. We can see it. There was no major outbreak of any intelligent
Imus in the Morning program?
Yeah, I was told that... what is this?
That's the audio.
From today?
Yes.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Steve. When Steve fucks up, he works extra hard to make up for it.
I certainly do.
Yes, he does.
Here's Imus.
Brian Wilson is here this morning, and how are you, Brian?
Hi, I'm Brian Wilson. How are you? I'm fine.
Good.
What's new, Opie?
O&A
O&A Party Rock XM Show 2. Hi, Anthony.
And sports coming up 11 till the hour.
What the hell is going on with those guys over there? I tried to call Imus, but the number I got for him that he gave me a while ago.
Disconnected?
Yeah, I guess. I can't get a hold of him. I asked Eric, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago to get me a new IMUS number, but
Something tells me he changes his number a lot. He probably gets people that find out his number and call him.
I just want to call him and thank him for all the the plugs he's been giving us on MSNBC.
Yeah.
During his morning show. Anyway, so all those albums, should I do it again? Real fast: Nirvana, Van Halen, U2, Beatles, Pearl Jam, Purple Rain by Prince there, Metallica's Black Album, Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. There's one
And
album that
Thriller.
has sold more than those.
Thriller.
Not Thriller.
Oh, he's so upset I'm ruining his bit. Wait a minute. No! Don't rip it. What is it? I want to know.
It's going to drive all the OCD people crazy today. Fuck you all. I don't remember.
It's the Eagles.
You're going to set them off.
1975. Tonight, their second one.
Had to be.
Sometime during the program, I will just blurt out this band.
Ooh.
No, I won't.
Ooh, keep listeners.
Let's say hi to RX. RX.
Yo!
What's up, RX?
What's up, guys? Is the correct answer Hootie and the Blowfish?
Ooh.
I'm not telling.
Good guess.
It's Tiffany.
Yes, it was supposed to be a quick, dumb thing. Yes, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Saw standing there.
Cracked Rear View.
Oh, my God, what an album.
Sold 16 million copies, beating out Physical Graffiti, Appetite for Destruction, Born in the USA, the Black Album from Metallica, Purple Rain from Prince, 10 by Pearl Jam, Abbey Road by the Beatles, Joshua Tree by U2, Van Halen's 1984, and Nevermind by Nirvana. And you mentioned that you saw what's his name on a plane, right? And no one cared.
I saw Darius Rucker. What? Rucker?
Yeah.
I saw him on a plane, yeah.
And no one cared that he has outsold all those great albums.
The guy walked on, walked off, got his bag, left. Nobody bugged this guy at all. Could you imagine, James Hetfield walking through the airport? The guy would be mobbed.
Bruce Springsteen?
Springsteen. Well, I landed at Newark and I'm driving to the shore. Ass. Rev from Jersey's all pissed off at me.
Why?
Will Jersey ever get any respect in your eyes? And I defy you to name one big-name artist from Long Island. Excuse me, how about a guy named Billy Joel? Sold a few records, didn't he? How about a little lady named Pat Benatar? How about a guy named Eddie Money?
How about...
You might know Eddie Money. How about... What?
The all-time selling
That was a big
female...
drop-off, by the way.
Certainly was.
Eddie Money.
I got to Eddie Money.
Oh, no,
it
gets worse from there.
How about Blue Oyster Cult?
How about Twisted Sister?
How about Foghat?
How about Tell Me What You Want?
Right. Zebra. Wow, now we've totally fallen off.
Who's behind the door? And like the members of Zebra, I used to do gigs with them when I was at BAB, and they were selling cars, and Randy Jackson decided to keep the whole Zebra thing going, so he would do the whole show by himself.
Yeah.
You ever see like that one-man band that has all that stuff? He has
like karaoke.
He walks around with the drum set attached to him, and then he has a guitar and everything
cymbals
else.
When he stomps.
That's how the stage looked, and Randy Jackson was doing all the parts. He didn't want anyone else.
Zebra. Is Zebra even on Delette? It is? Wow. I'm amazed. There he is. Hey, it's Bob Buckman on WBAB. It's Zebra.
Here's a Zebra twofer on this fine Twofer Tuesday.
Wow.
This is your home of rock and roll in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Give me flashbacks, Opie. Yeah, here's a Long Island. How about Joan Jett?
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett.
There's one. She's the all-time leading female recording artist of all time, selling records.
Ooh.
Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah Carey
has sold more albums as a female artist than anyone else.
So I don't want to hear it, Jersey. How about Rotgut?
How about him? All right,
it's got to be a VJ or something.
Was a bag of shit. I mean, how is that the whiteout?
All right, Brian Wilson character's on Imus again today.
It is so funny. They do a radio show, but it's on TV.
Yeah.
But they only show his character every so often. But he sits there the whole show with that retarded look on his face, that retarded Brian Wilson look on his face.
And just looks around the studio and stares at stuff.
Look at Imus. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
With that hat? He looks like he just rode a horse. There should be a horse tied up outside his studio. Is there a hitching post?
I want a hitching post to tie my horse up before I do my show deal thing. Shut up, stupid.
See, there's a lot of people listening to us right now, and they're like, what's the big deal with the cowboy hats? Because they're in an area where it's acceptable. We're in New York City.
Yeah.
When you walk around the streets of New York and you see a guy with a cowboy hat, he stands out, and not in a good way.
You call him victim.
He looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Got those Eastern Airlines headphones.
Yeah, he doesn't wear the head. Well, you can't wear headphones when you got that big cowboy hat on.
That's right.
You got to just have him built into his hat. Big, like, amplifier and that big tall section up top and the headphones on the side.
That's not a bad idea.
He's a rebel.
Why don't we get on
And it's
Imus's
old
show today?
looking. Like, the hat looks like it's supposed to. Like, look at the hat band. Has, like, a sweat stain. Like he's doing work on the ranch.
I'm clearing a brush, chopping wood.
Can we get on Imus's show today? How do we do that?
We will never be on Imus's show.
Let's give it a shot.
No, Viacom won't allow it.
Let's try it.
Won't allow it.
What's the request line number?
Oh, you just want to call in?
Yeah, we'll just call in.
Does he take just callers?
I don't know. Let's find out.
You got to be a high-profile politician to get through on that line.
Mark, New Jersey, what's up?
Yo.
Yeah.
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Hi, Jimmy's replacement.
It's Bill Burr.
Hey, Mark, where do you live in Jersey?
Whoa, whoa. Hey,
he didn't answer me.
What?
I got a problem with your list there.
All right.
You're missing Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, where was Dark Side of the Moon there, Nathaniel?
That's what I was asking for in the first place, Than. Don't make us get you theme music.
Yes.
You won't like it.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me the Wall outsold Dark Side of the Moon? Yes. The list you got is all fucked up. You saw Dark Side?
I remember Dark Side of the Moon was like
Dark
the number
Side
one
of the
selling
Moon
album.
only sold 15 million copies.
Yeah, it was
No
kind of
way.
a drop-off after a while.
Shania Twain outsold Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, these are famous people born in Jersey. What about Long Island?
I'm working on it. Yeah, let's go. It's Long Island versus Jersey today.
Travis.
We'll take on Jersey!
Any day. Well, this is now all famous people, not just musicians.
All right.
We got people like Norman Schwarzkopf from Jersey.
Nice.
Jersey.
The outfield.
The outfield? The outfield. Remember them?
We have the Stray Cats.
Kirsten Dunst.
Another Long Island band.
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris.
Ew, you guys got Janine Garofalo. John Travolta's from Jersey.
What about
used to look at the jets flying over.
Ah.
Ever seen that awful story? So I named my first kid Jet.
Yeah, he did. And he's a pilot.
He dresses like one, too.
He dresses like an airline pilot. He has his own 707 that he keeps at his house. He's able to taxi a passenger jet, 4-engine passenger jet, to his house, and then out because he has an airport at his house.
Where?
You've never seen that? But he has one of those old
707.
Yeah, where the jets are engines are a little bit smaller.
Yeah, they're small, and there's like 4 of them on the wings.
Yeah.
It's like the one that was used in the first airport movie. You know, one of those.
Elvis flew on it.
Yeah, something like that. And it's an old TWA, and he wears like the pilot thing. So it's like John Travolta in like a pilot uniform. He wears the hat and everything. It's about dancing at the disco and flying jets.
But he could taxi right to his mansion?
Yeah.
Holy
crap.
crap.
Taxi the plane right up to his mansion. That's money.
Now you're a cunt.
Now you're a cunt. Get back in, coach. John Travolta. Okay. Loretta Swit. Meryl Streep.
Joe Pesci.
Of course, Bruce.
Queen Latifah. Come on. That drunken whore, Tara Reid.
Kevin Spacey. Kevin Smith. All right. Donald
Jersey
Bacon.
has Billy Crudup.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, well, they win.
Kevin Smith.
Frank Sinatra's a biggie. Okay. And Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
Walked on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Come on.
What about Einstein?
Frank Sinatra, Hoboken.
Einstein?
I mean, Thomas Edison.
Thomas Alva Edison?
Yeah.
Was he born in Jersey or just set up shop there?
I don't know. He's
back then. I think he's from Edison.
Edison, New Jersey.
No.
Yeah, what was Edison called before
what
that?
was it before Thomas Alva?
I hate that shit.
Shaquille O'Neal is from Newark. See him on the PATH train ever?
Never. Never see him on the path. Joe Pesci, nice.
Let's say hi to Jim. Jim, what's up?
Nicholson?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Bill. Great show Saturday.
Oh, thank you.
I saw the HBO half-hour comedy special last night, and bravo to Bill Burr. It was awesome.
Oh, that airs tonight if you didn't see it, 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock if you missed Bill Burr on HBO and you don't have HBO on demand.
Hey, I wanted to ask how little Jimmy's doing and if he's going to be calling in today.
Little Jimmy.
We've been in touch with him the last couple of days, and I think he's supposed to call in today because he went to Rich Voss's wedding and he started the table reading for the HBO series. So we should get an update hopefully today, maybe tomorrow.
Cool. Also, Anthony, I've got a house for you.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What is it?
It's 2,200 square feet.
Uh-huh.
It's in a small town in Illinois.
Illinois, huh?
Yeah.
The commute's kind of a bitch, my friend.
I know, but it's a fixer-upper, but I need to sell this thing.
Is there a punchline, or are we wasting our time here? Sir, you're plummeting.
I'm plummeting. I'm burning. I'm burning up.
You're losing cabin pressure.
Yeah.
Wow.
The oxygen would drop down from the top. Just put the rubber hose in your nose. That's got to be something.
Hey, guys, I got conversation starters. Because you can't just sit there and look pretty.
Because you can't just sit there and look pretty.
They're conversation starters, so if you're at a party, you can't just sit around and look pretty or handsome.
Oh, so you can walk up to maybe a group or a person
So I got some things, and then you sit there.
Oh, I thought that was what you were supposed to say to the girl. She's sitting there, you just walk up and go. Because you can't just sit there and look pretty. She was going to respond to
That's all Long Island has to offer?
Wow. This is all of New York.
No.
Travis.
Oh, my God.
The New York list is really big, and I'm sure that there's more, but some of them just say New York on them.
Oh, I see. This is Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you're fucking with the whole state.
All right.
You want the whole state of New York?
No, this is good.
All right.
That is funny that they actually compared Long Island to an entire state.
To an entire state, right. Jersey. Long Island, we got Ashanti.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
All the Baldwins. Come on, we own the fucking Baldwins from Massapequa. Lenny Bruce.
The Baldwins are your Kennedys.
One thing's for sure, with song titles like The Place Your Love Calls Home and The Ghost of a Chance.
All right, we missed them again.
Yeah. Lenny Bruce, yeah. Mariah Carey. Billy Crystal.
Yep.
Rodney Dangerfield is from Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Howard Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Hughes, your sister.
Yes, that's right. She won a gold medal at the
Olympics.
Very proud of her.
Billy Joel.
Not my sister, by the way, a cousin.
Oh, cousin?
Yep.
Everyone's favorite fat dyke, Rosie O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis from Southampton. Who's that?
Thomas Pynchon.
Yeah.
Pynchon.
Franklin Roosevelt.
That's right.
Telly Savalas.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Rod Steiger. James Van Prague. And the immortal Walt Whitman. They named a mall after him in Huntington.
I was going to say, the guy that builds malls?
The Walt Whitman Mall.
Would you guys like a conversation starter or not?
I certainly would.
Would you, Bill?
Absolutely.
Who wouldn't?
JetBlue Airways.
Oh, denied. I think that was bound for
goaltending.
I think that was bound for glory, my friend. You definitely stopped it.
Who has flown JetBlue Airways?
I have. I had to fly it to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Direct flight, by the way, which is nice. You don't have to stop in Miami. It's the first time in years I haven't flown first class because, Opie, they have no first class.
What'd you think of the upholstery on those?
The leather seats?
Looking like it was like the leather jacket you forgot about, and it's in the back of your hatchback, all wadded up. That's the way all those seats.
Hard.
Yeah, they're all wrinkled. But they got basic cable.
Yeah.
Which is the shit. I just
Right
watched
there.
ESPN the whole way out.
Doesn't that make the flight go by so much quicker?
Unbelievably
It really
quicker.
is good. I enjoyed my JetBlue experience.
Yeah, JetBlue does a very fine job. Well, JetBlue Airways, here's a conversation starter for everybody, awards mortuaries a free round-trip ticket for about every 15 dead bodies they ship.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Wait, they're shipping dead people?
They're shipping dead people on almost every plane that you're on.
Now, the obvious thing is, what happens during a crash? Do they count that?
Of course they do.
So you got to find the remains again.
Again.
Listen to this.
You gotta find.
Listen to this.
Wow. They could be all set for an open casket. Coming back,
that.
and then all of a sudden you're burnt up. And
I'm going to say it again because I think Bill did miss this.
All right.
This is a conversation starter. Something you could just bring up at a party, and then you'll have a nice discussion. JetBlue Airways awards mortuaries a free round-trip ticket for about every 15 dead bodies they ship. Nicknamed frequent dyer programs, many airlines offer tickets or frequent flyer miles to funeral directors who ship bodies on their planes.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you meant if 15 of your relatives die,
you get a free ticket.
Yeah. We've established motive.
A little consolation. Free ticket.
Is it true that 15 of your family members died?
Objection.
15. So for every 15
that you ship, every 15 dead bodies,
you get a free ticket.
They're giving you a free ticket.
Because what's JetBlue's advantage? They charge them by weight or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably because what do they charge you over 50 pounds on your baggage?
Yeah, some fat fuck dies.
I've never seen a coffin being loaded in though with the luggage and stuff.
That would just be creepy as you're sitting there waiting for the plane to take off.
It's a bad omen.
We all have looked out the window and see the luggage going into the plane. You're right.
Sure, we all have. You just sound like you're doing sorry. You were just we've all looked out the window.
I was setting something up.
I have too.
Yeah, you know what they do?
But when did they throw the
Do you
want to
make more money? Sure, we all do.
I was setting up. I just wanted...
Paralegal. Mechanic.
Stenographer.
Private investigator.
It's the number one thing you do in radio. You sit there and you say, we all have looked out the window to see them, putting the luggage on the plane. And
we all do.
Everyone out there in radio land is like, yeah.
Yeah, but that was the...
And then they relate. See, we try to relate to our audience on a
But that was the
basis.
radio version of being a comedian. Come on, back me up, ladies. Come on now. We've all done this. Huh? Look at this guy over here. He knows what I'm talking about. We've all looked out the window, haven't we?
So you're trying to say, as a comedian, you try to relate to your people?
No, you just kind of used a hacky phrase. You've looked out the window? Sure, we all have. The only thing we're missing was the hand gesture, pointing to an audience that isn't here watching. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was a little hokey.
Oh, is that good?
Oh, all right.
So anyways.
Wow. You know what? I'm not going to tell you the rest of this.
No, don't rip. Jeepers creepers.
It's becoming a theme.
I want a conversation starter.
All right.
You got to finish. How am I going to...
Have you ever
stop the story there?
Have you flown Delta Airlines?
Yes, I have.
Bill? Delta Airlines?
Yeah, absolutely.
Delta is ready when you are.
Delta Airlines. How many dead bodies do you think they transport a year? Delta Airlines.
A year.
What would your guess be?
3,000.
3,000?
That'd be
a year.
A year.
Every single year.
3,000 a year.
I bet it's even more than that. I mean, how many flights do they have a day? I mean, it just boggles the mind.
Ready for this?
I'm going to say 3,200.
Oh, yeah, bastard. 3,201.
3,001.
3,201.
I'm going to get the refrigerator.
I want to play Plinko.
I meant to play this.
Yeah.
You're both wrong.
You both overbid.
No, you underbid, but...
Underbid. 6,000.
Delta Airlines...
One.
Transports 50,000 dead bodies per year.
50,000 a year?
A year.
That's like everyone that died in Nam.
Just on Delta Airlines. 50,
on one airline.
One airline shipping 50,000 dead bodies a year.
A lot of people are dropping far from home, I guess. That must be it. It's the only reason I could see for flying a dead body.
You guys send them through the X-ray machine.
Yeah, they got to do that. Send them through security.
Would you like another conversation starter?
Of course.
Can you tell I read some magazines overnight?
Get them all spread across this floor like a fucking serial killer. Trying to make a ransom note. There's got to be some comedy in here.
That's what you do, man. Just wait till you see what I got on Yogi Berra coming up.
Yes,
all right.
I read that one.
It's called Merchandise 7X.
I don't know what that means.
By Coca-Cola employees, the formula for Classic Coke is kept in a bank vault in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Very secret.
So the recipe is called Merchandise 7X, okay? It is kept in a bank vault in Atlanta, but is seldom, if ever, seen, the recipe for Coke. The company's bylaws specify that the formula is to be known to only 2 high-ranking Coke executives at any one time, who reportedly may not fly in the same plane.
Stop it. That's ridiculous.
So wait a minute.
And the recipe...
If only 2 guys know how to make the Coke.
Right.
Yeah.
Then how do all the...
Yeah, what are the 2 guys with bottles?
Yeah.
Shh, shut that door. Of course there are people that know how to make it.
They probably have like the beginning 5 ingredients, and then
it goes into another room.
Has their 2 ingredients.
And the guys from the first room can't go into the second room.
But even then, you'd have to make all those 5
We need to know
ingredients.
more about this
That
one.
doesn't make any sense.
Can we find out about this on the internet?
Yeah.
I think this is hype.
Is that...
And the recipe is passed down by word of mouth.
I know where to go.
You know where to go for this?
I know where to go to find it.
What? CokeWars.com?
Right. No, I'm going to my Urban Legends site. Put in Coke. Coca-Cola.
Doing your fucking job,
All right,
man.
go to that one.
Acid.
Information from
Is
answers.com.
Coca-Cola formula known to only 2 people? Here it is. Only 2 Coca-Cola execs know Coke's formula. Each of them only knows half of it. Status, false. For 3/4 of a century, rumors about the measures Coca-Cola Company has employed to keep its formula secret. Well, it's bullshit.
See that?
At least one of the ingredients.
A little quality control over here. You with your magazines.
Here's an interesting fact.
Conversation starter.
Only 1 chisel was used to make Mount Rushmore. Get the fuck out of here. It's right here in time.
Citrate caffeine, vanilla extract, flavoring, Fe cocoa, citric acid, lime juice, sugar, water, caramel, sufficient. There you go.
Coke hitman's going to come in here right now.
Yeah, before I blurt out the last ingredient.
Put 2 behind your ear.
Some silent shot comes through the window from the Parker Meridian Hotel.
Pepsi spies in a van. Damn it, we lost the feed.
Yeah, that's a urban myth. Any more there?
Yeah. No.
Tell us about the one about the kidneys being sold on the black market. You know, the guy that woke up in the bathtub of ice with a note that said, "Get to the hospital."
Done.
How about the
one-night stand? He wakes up and then written in lipstick on the mirror, "Congratulations, now you have AIDS."
Yes, welcome to the wonderful world of AIDS. How about the guy that went to the wedding and at the toast the groom told everybody to turn their plate over, and the picture was of the bride having sex with the best man.
Right.
How do you start one of those? If you had like all your interns go to bars around Manhattan and tell the same fucking story.
Wouldn't that get started? It wouldn't work. Would never work. Somehow one guy had to tell it at first. And he's around going, "Hey, you hear my story? It's everywhere now."
Yeah.
How does that happen?
That was me.
That was
I'm
me.
one of the best fucking liars.
My lie is everywhere. Yeah.
Don't make me go into the 500 greatest songs since you were born.
Oof. All right.
List from Blender magazine.
Now I think we could safely say you read a little too much last night.
The 500 greatest songs since you were born.
Is there a power outage in your building? He's fucking sitting there by candlelight.
Just reading.
No, he's the asshole standing at the newsstand. Hey, buddy, you going to buy that?
No.
I decided to step it up today.
Yes, thank God.
All right. Does anyone care about the 500 greatest songs since you were born?
Absolutely.
Best song since 1980.
Since 1980. Best song.
Sussudio. It's got to be.
This is Sussudio. Let me think. Since 1980 till now?
Yeah.
From
500 greatest songs since you were born. No. Should I give this list to Dirk so he can play it for you?
I will say Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Smells Like Teen Spirit Came
has
in
to be there.
5th place.
5th? I've cut the list in half.
5th place. Bill, would you like to guess one of the top 500 greatest songs since you were born?
Top 500, and I hit number 5? How about top 10?
Well, we'll go with top
rule.
10, but Blender, they spent.
How about
20
White
pages
Lion's
on the
cover of Radar Love?
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be up there.
It's got to be number 2.
I know it's too long. Apologize.
Number 10, In the Club by 50 Cent. Number 9, Britney Spears and Baby One More Time.
Are you kidding? Wait, 500 songs. And
500 greatest songs since you were born.
Yeah.
Going back to 1980.
And that's number 9?
Yes.
No, that's I can't agree with that.
Run DMC in 8th place with Sucker MCs.
No. Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry, I don't agree with that either.
Why?
Because
he's racist.
Yeah, that too, but...
The Joy Division, a song called Love Will Tear Us Apart. What was that about?
What?
Derek?
Is this album sold?
This
or
is
single
too
sold?
hip for the room, people.
These are just greatest songs since you were born.
No,
this
it's
is
not.
Joy Division right here in 7th place. Love Will Tear Us Apart on your home of rock and roll. New Jersey, are you listening tonight?
I've never heard this.
Oh, I know this one.
Sounds a little 80s.
I'm picturing Molly Ringwald dancing.
I was going to say, is this from Pretty in Pink? You beat me to it.
Yeah, of course it sounds like this.
Look at Larry King's awful arm. Look at that thing. That looks fake.
Why is he on Imus?
He's on Imus with... God, Imus gets some good guests.
I'm here with the I-Man.
We were doing well with guests for a while there, and then all of a sudden it went back down to Shitsville.
Shitsville.
The bat came off the wall.
Shitsville and you, perfect together.
Wow, who do we have? Fuck, man. It's so easy to compete with all the other morning shows out there.
Yeah.
Imus has Larry King on. Who do we have, guys? Who do we have? Julia from Co-Ed Magazine talking about sex. And for the 100th time on our program, Gene Simmons of KISS.
100th time.
Holy
yeah.
and
Do we have anything new to learn from Gene?
No.
None.
Nothing. All right, moving on. The 6th greatest song since we were born, or since you were born, because it goes back to only 1980. That would be Madonna, Like a Prayer. 5th place, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
That's what I said.
4th place, U2.
Yeah.
And 1.
Mm-hmm.
3rd place, Sweet Child, Oh Mine. Not Of. A lot of people think it's Of Mine.
Oh.
Guns N' Roses. 2nd place, believe it or not, is Outkast and B.O.B.
What?
Derek?
Yeah.
You know it?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, national underground thunderbound when I stop the ground.
Yeah, it's just pretty good though. I like the Outkast.
This is the 2nd greatest song since you were born?
No, I won't give it that.
How did Britney Spears get in there?
Yeah. Britney does not belong in there.
You know, one awful day in my life when I was on the road in Cleveland, I actually went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
we went there.
I refused.
We all went there.
They actually have, like, you know, I thought it was, you know, they had some, like, you know, obviously the Hall of Fame guys, but in the beginning when you first walk in there, they actually had clothes that Britney Spears wore, and it was one of the first exhibits that you saw, and you were just, are you fucking kidding me?
Why? Who cares? That's going to have a high turnover rate, the case where her clothes are. Like, there's somebody coming up right now that's going to be in that case.
Jessica Simpson's thong is in there now.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I wasn't too impressed. The building's awesome and all, but...
There is no way I was going that day. It's like, you want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Why do I want to go to the Hard Rock without a burger? Because that's pretty much what it is. It's the Hard Rock, no food.
There was a lot of shit that obviously just came from, you know, attics after these people died.
Yeah.
Stuff they didn't even care about.
Unbelievably. John Bonham's drum kit was the only cool thing I saw there.
Like he had one, though. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
I know. That's like the one that was used once in a studio, or
that was the one he was thinking about using for Moby Dick, but decided
Yeah.
not to. But he was thinking about it, so we got to, you know, put it on display.
Put it up there.
He probably never even played it. Ludwig send him all these drums.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Give him the ugly green sparkle.
Give me the sticks he used to tap out Moby Dick. All right, and the greatest song since you were born means the best song since 1980. The number one song is... Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
So what do we got coming up next?
I don't know. We'll find out after these messages.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
I'd like some more free time to relate to the listeners. I have no time in my Saturn to relate to them at all. Oh, I'm putzing around town trying to find whores in a family sedan. Fucking loser.
Do you lease or did you buy?
Oh, it paid
You
off.
bought?
First time I ever owned a
It's
car.
all paid off?
Yeah, 3 years.
And what are you gonna keep it? Or are you
I have
gonna
like
upgrade it?
30,000 on it, dude, but it's having some problems. It's running a little bit sluggish. It's kind of, I brought it into the same Saturn dealership like 30 times, and I'm still having like these weird little problems. It's like, just make it run better. My fucking engine light won't stop coming on.
It's running sluggish because it's a Saturn.
It's a 3-year-old
Are you
Saturn.
kidding?
You're wrong. My other Saturn, I've had this one. I got 160,000 out of my other one.
Really?
Dude, this one has only not started one time. I've had great success with these cars. That's why I buy
Only
them.
not started one time. That's one time too many.
No, but it was but this is why I like Saturn. It was a battery. It was like some kind of.
What'd you do? Did you hit your OnStar and go, my car won't start, and they send somebody and fixed it?
Yeah. But my OnStar is even better than yours because it comes in my pocket and Sprint does it. So I pick it up. No, actually, it's twice didn't start. Once it actually just broke down.
Yeah.
I really had enough of this fucking Saturn.
3 years and you already have it breaking down on you.
Yeah, this one's not as good as the other ones, man. I've had some good
I don't know,
luck
though,
with these
dude.
cars,
You beat the crap out of your cars.
Not really, dude. I got less than 30,000 on it in 3 years. I used to do 30,000 a year when I was living in Jersey.
Yeah.
90,000 by this point is what I would have on it, and it was still going good.
It's tough city miles, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
How many brake jobs have you had?
I think only one.
One?
Yeah.
30 miles driving in the city?
Yeah. I mean,
30,000 miles,
Don't forget, sometimes I'll go out, do gigs or whatever, but most of it.
Is your door all scratched up from tranny's fake nails hitting the side of it?
Yeah, like 2 feet down from their big mules banging into the side.
Right, yeah.
Dent in your door?
Yeah.
You got a mule dent.
Hi, Daddy. Sometimes I only crack the window so I get. This has happened with hookers. I get lipstick prints on the very top of my window. So I won't open it because they'll put their thieving hands in. What could I do for you, Daddy? The big lips.
Dance.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Oh, lipstick marks on your window.
Yeah, because you open the window like an inch just so they can chat into it.
Like an old lady's coffee cup.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Hey, that's cool.
Is that Disturbed?
Yeah, it is. Disturbed doing Genesis Land of Confusion, right? Nice.
Well, they had some success with Shout, doing their cover of Shout on their first album there. Wow. I like Disturbed.
I love Disturbed.
Yeah. There's rumors that the singer was wearing a O&A Pest T-shirt on the stage,
or Spread the Virus
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
O&A Party Rock from the stage.
Yeah, they are fans, and the T-shirts and the stickers are being handed out. But I don't know until I see a picture. I don't know if I'm going to believe that.
Yeah,
but they are being handed out
That'd
to
be
shows.
huge.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you're fans and you're listening, please call. We would love to have you. We will blow off the always trying to hawk his wares, Gene Simmons, for you guys.
That's right.
Please.
Couple of some feedbacks coming in. Case from California. Greatest song since Anthony was born has got to be the national anthem.
Oh.
Well, you look great, but we're starting to think you might be a vampire or something. We really don't know how old you are anymore.
I am not.
You know, the Groucho thing is throwing a lot of people
Just
off.
because I met Groucho Marx.
Say no more. Pat from Menaki. Since Anthony was born, the greatest song has got to be Rudy Valley's When I'm Calling You.
When I'm calling you. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Is that the song?
I don't know which one that is. I've never heard of such things. I met Groucho in 1975 when I was a small child and he was near death.
You met him when he was running the New York Marathon in 1938.
Fighting age. I did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the ships at sea.
Beep, 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 beep. Morse code. I did not.
How easy was it to write a hit back then? You could come up with that horse shit. Hello, my baby.
Yeah.
Hello, my honey.
Hello, my ragtime guy.
So easy.
The cool guys have that song blaring how they're just sodos.
Yeah. All you have to do is poop-oopy-doo. That in a song. Poop-oopy-doo. You got a hit. Dun, 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 dun. To Charleston. Some lame-o song. Poop-oopy-doo.
That's only the first shit you would just play, like 2 notes. Ba, 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 da, 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 da.
Oh, horrible stuff. It's so involved and intricate now, and a lot of different instruments and synthesizers.
Don't sit under the apple tree. What anyone else for me? Anyone else for me? No.
You're getting pussy off of that. People mobbing you. Your fucking raccoon coat.
Oh, damn, is that funny?
And that was probably considered the devil's music to other people that were around in that era,
Boop, boop, what they were listening to, that's the devil music. Boop, boopy doo.
Makes people want to fornicate.
This type of music is the devil's music.
Yeah, that's the guy born in 1876.
Yeah.
Scott Joplin. That's good music.
This land is your land.
You know what?
Yes, Opie.
I think I want to clean up my area.
Stop it. Those things have been sitting there for about a year.
What happens
next month.
The guys, we have a great crew behind the scenes, and they're always finding stuff for us to play on the show. And a lot of this stuff piles up because we'll just go off on a 2-hour tangent about nothing. And then we have actual really good stuff that we should have got to, and we never get to it. And then it gets older and older, and then we then we put a rubber band.
A rubber band goes around it.
So then you don't even look at it anymore because it's a pile of stuff.
Yeah, Ope's got CDs in front of him that are all loose. And every day I see him thumbing through them and stuff. And hey, what do you think of this and stuff? And then there's the ones that have the rubber bands around them that just never see the light of day.
Never. Well, here's one thing we did start really late in the show last week. Diddy teaching Martha. Diddy teaching Martha Stewart how to rap. Remember the douche chills we got?
So bad.
A lot of people commented on a bunch of the websites and fan sites that this stuff was so bad we had no comments.
It didn't need it.
It was just
spoke for itself.
Stand alone.
Well, remember this one? This is the only one I think we played last week, and then we'll play the others.
Here with my bro Diddy, and I'm so excited because he's going to teach me how to rap. Now, I just want you to notice, Wes, what are the security guards doing?
PB&Js.
Oh, they're eating. See, they took me out. That is so great. Well, first of all, what I really want to know is, what are the meanings of, these few words, okay? Cheddar.
Little 101.
Is cheddar cheese?
No.
Why is she getting a laugh out of that?
Because her white audience is there. And
is cheddar cheese.
When the world ends, right, someone was filming it, and they were just pulling the camera shot away from the earth, and everyone died, that audio should be playing in the background. We just all died of stupidity. And you just keep pulling away.
Perfect.
Pull
away
all,
that long
all the way
shot.
out into space. It's just fucking horrific.
Cheddar's money.
That's an image.
Oh.
Cheddar.
Okay.
Cheddar's money. Okay, shorty. Okay.
I have no idea.
That's a little bitch.
I'm Tolly.
Yeah. You're Tolly. Your daughter. I seen your daughter.
Yeah.
I would call her a shorty.
Because she's 6 feet tall?
No. She's young, pretty thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a shorty.
Oh, I'm Tolly, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard it the first 2 times.
No, you're cunty.
Which is?
What you're doing right now with that $8 million piece of ice around your neck. That's flossing. Benjamins, which you make a lot of. That's $100 bills. That's money.
Oh, Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, yes. It means money.
Okay. But what does flossing have to do with not flossing your teeth?
No, it's flossing is just over the top.
Okay.
So it's just...
Okay. And then balling. I mean, I know what
She's like the white cop on Sanford and Son.
Right.
Oh, remember him?
What's going off?
Hey! It's the Sanfords. Yeah, and they'd walk in and get all the slang wrong.
He was always in his underwear. Had a big ant on the front of it. That's what I found fucking hilarious about that. Like, black people always trash white people about how stupid, we make them look, and then the second they made Paul Mooney and all those guys are writing on that shit. Okay, we'll have a white cop come in. He's in his underwear, and he's a fucking moron. Every show, it's just like, you're doing it too.
Paul Mooney wrote for Sanford Son?
Yeah.
Now it makes perfect sense. Okay.
Who is fucking hilarious if you've never seen him.
Oh, I've seen him, hysterical. But man, he is angry.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, is he angry, the white man?
The best thing is, he plays Caroline's all the time, and you get, like, those tourists who have no idea who he is. Like, a comedy show.
Oh, this is good.
This could be stepping off that red double-decker bus.
Yeah.
They walk in there. He just trashes the shit out of him.
I wonder if this guy's going to be like Sinbad.
Yeah.
No. Nothing like it.
What is it to rap?
Oh, okay. Balling.
Was that a fucking joke?
Rap is living life to the fullest. It's just,
okay.
you work
Having
hard.
a ball.
Work hard, you play. There you go. Work hard, you play hard.
Okay.
Wow. Why is she allowed to be on TV? She stinks.
What's Diddy doing? What is he doing?
I don't know. Well,
he doesn't have any artists right now.
No.
Once Biggie died, that was it.
He was like Biggie's little cohort. He was like the underling, the guy no one really paid attention to. And then Biggie died. He gets huge. He does that tribute song to the Sting song, and then that gave him license to just do this.
He has a new line of rims coming out. I'm serious.
So he got the rims. He's got his clothing line.
He's like the black Gene Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. He had the white parties out in the Hamptons where everyone had to dress in white and
the puffy bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Regis was invited to these parties. Like, he's inviting Regis Philbin to his parties. Guy can't have any credibility left with any of the real street guys anymore. None. Martha Stewart.
Well, it continues. We got more clips. Listen to this one.
Now we're going to try to put some of it together. There's some lyrics from one of my songs called The Benjamins. And, the first song that I taught you...
Were you making lots of Benjamins when you wrote this song?
No.
Did this make you lots of Benjamins?
After this song,
Benjamins.
A lot of things about rap people is like we kind of put out there our dreams and things we want to achieve. And so this is The Benjamins. I wanted to make a lot of Benjamins.
When did you write this?
This was in 1995.
1995.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, and so the first song that we learned when we were in the garden watering the flowers together, I love the way you had your clarity. Now with this song, I need some attitude. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself into it. Okay.
See.
Okay.
I'm learning.
So I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Want to be ballers, shot callers. So ask them the question.
Okay. Ballers, shot callers.
Good. I'm not going to be able to listen to that.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay? Oh, my God, no.
What's the problem?
I can't listen to this.
Why?
Because she's rapping.
She's learning how to rap.
I can't. This is so embarrassment-inducing. Oh!
Now we're going to go from here.
Oh, no.
Who'll be dipping in the bins with the spoilers?
Who'll be dipping in the bins with the spoilers?
Okay.
I know what that means.
Okay. Now this is a very important one, okay?
Yeah.
On the low from the Jake and the Taurus.
On the low and the Jake from the Taurus.
No, okay, one more time.
Okay.
On the low from the Jake and the Taurus.
On the low from the Jake and the Taurus.
Okay, now
Jake's in the Taurus, which is a lesser car than the Benz.
Yeah, the Jake is the police.
Oh,
okay?
See, I don't know that.
We gotta be on the low.
Oh, okay.
From the Jake.
Stop it!
Who's in the Taurus?
Oh, it's a Ford Taurus.
Okay. Now we are going to end this.
Shut up!
This
Shut
session
up!
right now. We don't want to give the Jake too much information so they can decipher our lingo.
Just a couple of criminals hitting it off. Great.
Very great.
Ooh.
And finally, this douche chill.
Okay, so ready to rap?
Let's go,
okay.
man.
Okay.
What you wanna do? Wanna be ballers? Shot Como like the brawlers. When you shoulders now, there you go. In the Benz with the spoilers. On the low
I like it, girl.
So glad I can't see this video.
Yeah. But I pictured it in my head, and it was bad enough. Oh, my God. We'll be wrapping dumplings.
Get it? We're going to have some hip-hop corn coming up. Oh, you should be assassinated.
Whoa.
Crap.
They should have, like, the Ghetto Boys go in there and teach us some of that rap. Really. NWA. Get in there. Teach us some of that. Teach us some of Eazy's old shit.
Mystical should go in there and sexually assault her.
Wow, was that really, really bad?
Yeah, and it was worse the second time.
Yep. Rapping.
Yep.
The New York Blackstreet slang exam. Where did we get this from?
Travis. Oh, courtesy of Travis.
Well, that's kind of taking a risk coming in here with material that doesn't really know how we'll take to it.
How do you say excuse me or pardon me or sorry?
You just don't. It's a trick question, isn't it?
Sorry, is that my bad?
My bad.
My bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dude, you're like the whitest person in the studio.
Exactly.
Nah, he hangs in the community.
All right, how about if someone says, "Ayo," to you on the street, what is your reply?
See you later, then.
Wow. Pull out your cell phone and dial 911.
The answer would be, aight.
Aight?
Aight. Derivative of all right.
Well.
I'm a snuff you means...
Oh. Means I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to punch you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to leave you. All of the above. I'm a snuff you means...
I say kill you.
Bill?
Oh, I thought you were saying it meant all that shit.
I'll kill you.
Snuff you, I'm going to leave you.
You're both wrong. It's I'm going to punch you.
I'm going to punch you?
I'm willing to bet no one says that.
She got a gas...
I'm going to snuff you. Snuff just...
Yeah.
By the way, man,
work.
When I was watching your half-hour comedy special on HBO last night, that voice you do really makes me laugh hard.
I was just commenting on it yesterday when I was home.
I was hoping you were
going to
finally do it on our show. Did you do it on our show?
Yeah, yesterday there was some, and I just started laughing.
My girl voice and my gay guy voice, you can't really. You have to have like perfect pitch as a musician to tell the difference.
But it's perfectly annoying.
Voice is hilarious.
What are you doing? Why? I was laughing yesterday listening to the replay. I was like, I love that voice, man.
Definitely. The second I started doing that chunk of material, the amount of women who would come up, like, they would maybe like every weekend anyways, because I'm a fucking howdy-do looking idiot. I might get 3. One of them was a divorced waitress, but the second I started doing that bit, it dropped off to 0.
Really? Yeah, they just don't like it.
You hate women. You can totally fucking see it. It's like,
Not at all.
Why don't you look behind... Stop taking it, fucking face value. I have intimacy issues.
Bill Burr's half-hour comedy special re-airs tonight, right?
Yes, it does. At 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock
Nice.
on HBO. She got a gas face means, A, she has light skin, B, she's very happy, C, she's giving you a dirty look, D, none of the above.
Dirty look.
She's giving you a dirty look. Yes, Bill Burr.
Wow.
That's what she got a gas face means.
Oh, here it is.
Who are those 2 white dudes who used to sing that? Late 80s. You looped it.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
you know those 2 fuckers. The guy with the we need somebody black in here. They were white guys though. Come on, the guy had the cane. He was kind of cool looking. Third base. There you go.
Okay.
What?
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah, third base. Pop goes the weasel.
And they had another one called the gas face.
Yeah, Laszlo's here. What's up, Laz?
Look at you.
Little Yo MTV raps. I don't go that deep. I'm very surface with the hip hop.
That's where you got your info.
Yeah. I don't buy any mixtapes.
It's the ball means what?
It's great. It's the shit.
That's good. Very good. 9 pound means what?
9 pound?
Yeah.
It's the amount of coke you got in your trunk.
9
Carrying
pound.
weight.
9 pound.
Remember the days you used to be able to figure this shit out?
Yeah,
you can't figure it out anymore. 9 pound means the year 1995. It's doing some kind of equation on the...
I'm trying to see
what happened? Well, what happened in that year in the black community that they need to hide that from us?
LB. So I don't know. All right.
5.
What is a hoopty? We all know that, right?
Piece of shit.
A car that rides low to the ground, driven mainly by Dominicans.
Mm-hmm.
Name the following places in New York. Now we don't.
Washington
need to do
Heights. You're on the phone.
that. All right, we don't need any of this other crap.
That was informative.
You know what we just did? I think we just topped the fucking Martha Stewart.
We just did exactly what the Martha thing was.
And I totally got lost in
I'm
it.
cleaning up my area.
We completely just did the Martha
And I'm
Stewart
like,
thing.
you know what that means? I think that means...
I'm cleaning up my area.
Yeah, we did just...
I'm gonna make a pie over here now. A fucking loser.
Somebody brought in the Psycho stick. Psycho...
What?
Psycho... where's Eric? Let's get Eric.
Where is E-Rock?
Where's E-Rock? E-Rock's been working on the Opie and Anthony auction the last few weeks.
Oh. I wouldn't have known he was in, but here he is. E-Rock.
What's up, E-Rock? How's the Opie and Anthony auction going?
Doing very well.
And I noticed a lot of people are paying, which is a very good thing.
We just got $4,500 for intern for a day.
That's mere bag of shells to you, by the way, right?
Of course.
Mr. Cheddar, as I may call you, like Martha Stewart knows.
Eric, what's Psycho Stick beer?
That's something Steve brought in. It was a #1 song on Squizzle that I guess you guys talked about.
Did you just say Squizzle?
Squiz.
I just liked how before he told you what it was, he blamed it on Steve.
That's not my
So now if it
so.
stinks,
all right,
it's Steve's problem. And the first thing he had to do was go, Steve brought that in.
Eric, do me a favor, go get Steve.
Okay.
All right. There he goes. Eric actually started walking, stopped because Steve walked into the studio, so his music had to stop. And Eric's still in the studio, and now here's Steve with his walk-on fucking hybrid sound effect. Hey, Steve, what is Psycho Stick beer?
Eric brought it in.
Psycho Stick
Why
beer.
does that sound
I'm
familiar?
cleaning up because you brought it into us. That's why it's familiar.
Well,
that's
Eric
old.
said you brought it in.
I probably did. It's something I brought in maybe
Some drunken haze.
No, it has nothing to do with drunk. I probably in a course of handing like 6 discs in. That was one of them.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember what it is.
Is it a band called Psycho Stick and a song called Beer?
Mm.
Oh yeah. Now I remember what it is. That's like the #1 song on Squiz and on their they've got like a weekly countdown that they do, and apparently that's like
the Biggins Countdown.
Yeah, the Biggins Countdown. Thank you. Oh, it's written on the disc. Okay.
You know, I could have done this whole thing myself.
Yeah,
we didn't need
I just
any
wanted to hear
entry
the sound
music.
effects and the entry music.
Yeah, I know.
All right, get out of here. Get back to the Opie and Anthony auction. There goes. Both leaving the studio at the same time. I was very
If you
confused.
faded that music down, that would have sounded like that was playing in Steve's hybrid
Steve's
car.
hybrid, yeah.
Look at him raising his hand.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
Eric's all
missed it.
pissed at himself. Missed the opportunity.
Well, we got to play Psycho Stick and beer.
Now we have to.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. And stop, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
I would have loved this when I was 16.
When it's warm, it tastes real crappy, but cold beer will make me happy. When I throw up on the floor, I can go and drink some more. They say beer will make me dumb. It are so good with pizza. Now that we have drunk some beer, let's go drive a car. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. And stop, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Okay, terrific.
So that's it, huh?
That was Psycho Stick and Beer, #1 on Squiz on the Big Uns countdown. Let's say hi to Michelle. Hey, Michelle, what's up?
Hey, you can't tell me that Martha Stewart thing is the #1 song since somebody in 1980 was born.
What do you mean?
I think, did I miss the #1 song?
Did you miss what?
Did I miss the #1 song?
I love it. All the OCD people are now coming out of the woodwork to call.
They need to know.
They need to know the #1 song.
Oh, God, I'm sitting in my vehicle in front of my office. I was supposed to be there at 8:30, but I'm waiting on the #1 song.
What do you think the #1 song is?
Coming up after the next break.
#1 song? No. #1 song since you've been alive?
Yellow Lead Better by Pearl Jam.
Very interesting. That actually was number 92.
Oh. It's better than that. It's better than Britney Spears.
I know. You would never guess the #1 song. It's going to be a big surprise. All right, we'll see you later.
Stay tuned.
Sweet Spot, what's up?
Hey, guys, how you doing? I have a comment and then I have a question.
All right.
My comment is that E. Rizzle is a fat gizzle for listening to Paula Abdizzle. I'll do it myself.
Oh, hey.
Anyway.
The home version.
I had a question. Billy.
Yes.
Got you.
Hung up on you.
And you know what? You can get me 100 times in a row. I'm a sap for all those games.
All right.
Hey, Dick Shortner from Whackbag.
Yeah.
He's saying he works in an electronics store, and we often play walking music to piss off the other salesmen and managers. They have XM in the store, so they have plenty of channels to choose from. I guess when a manager is walking across the floor, they'll play some faggy music for him to walk to, and it pisses him off.
I thought that was an Opie and Anthony original.
Maybe this guy got it from us, hoo-hoo.
We might be ripping them off, hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
All right, just trying to clean up my area. Here's audio of a reporter almost saying jack off.
Jack off? Thrilling. Let's listen in.
Can't you say jack off on TV?
You would think you could.
All right, well, here it is, I guess, if it cues up. Here it is.
SaskEnergy is announcing a proposal to jack up the cost of heating your home by 27 to 30%.
That's hot because it's a chick.
All right, that was worth sitting here for a month.
Was that in rubber band or was that sitting?
That was almost in rubber band.
Almost. Wow, good thing. I'll clear out the rubber band section.
But look, we're clearing out stuff.
Who was sitting there smoking pot, saw that, went, this is hilarious, man. She almost said jack off.
All right, I got a real good
one. Got to
one.
be on the show.
Actually, I do have a really good one. Guy freaking out playing video game.
Oh, yeah, I saw this clip. The video
clip. This is
clip
really good. Where's Steve? Steve, you know what this clip is all about?
I can relate to this.
Oh, nice. When?
There you go. I got better.
He doesn't go around the pattern anymore.
No.
Comes right in for a direct approach.
I certainly do.
Guy freaking out playing video games.
He's playing a first-person shooter, I guess, on Xbox Live, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs at the game while he's playing.
Been there.
Don't really know what game it is. Anthony might know if he saw the clip.
I don't know. It looked like Halo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It might have been.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to this.
Shut the fuck up, Slayer. Fucking idiot. Who the fuck is driving a Warhog? Wait! Shit! Oh, so what? Fuck you! Fuck you! Shut up!
There's no one in the room with him, by the way. Right.
So much, you little fucker! Oh, shit! No! Fuck this! Oh! Yeah! Double! Triple! Shut up! Fuck off! Oh! Fuck you!
He's smashing the controller.
What the fuck? Double kill! Triple kill! Triple! Oh, fuck you! Turn your back, you fucking moron. What the fuck is this? Fuck you. Yes! No! Yes!
love it.
I lagged out! Who the... Fuck! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking lagged out piece of... Fuck! Fucking
And there you have it. The video's up on Foundry Music.
Yeah, it is. I'll put a link to it right now.
Bravo!
Yeah, the video's even funnier.
Holy shit!
He just loses his mind and breaks all his shit. What else is on your website there, Steve?
You got a list. I think we got...
the brutal street beating video?
Yeah, we found that this morning. It got sent in. The video is much better than the audio. I guess it's two guys in probably Los Angeles, just based on attire. And but this guy hits the other guy so hard that his shoes fly off.
Nice. All right, that's up there. The new Laszlo O&A trailer that we played earlier is
That's
up there
up
for
now.
your listening pleasure. We're looking for listeners to come up with their own Opie and Anthony movie trailers.
And please spend
All
more than...
audio should be sent to Steve at foundrymusic.com, FOUNDRY music.com. Also, intern Bill's pathetic assault on the media. The video is now up on the website.
Yeah, you can see
pathetic it is.
It certainly is. He's about 30 feet back from the camera when he does it.
It's funny because all of a sudden you see the bag drop to the floor because he's pulling his sign out of the bag, and then he's jumping up and down in the background and no one cares. It's pretty funny to watch. Also, the assault on the media clips from the Eagles home opener. That one was a really good one, and that might be in the lead for the assault on the media contest for September. It's between those guys and the gang from Boston that also had a great assault on the media this month. And we're looking for new assaults on the media as the month winds down here. And 5 video clips from Jimmy's going away party.
That's right.
People have been bitching. They're like, where the hell was the video?
Yeah, I've been moving, so I haven't had a chance, but I finally got a chance to get the video.
Are they good video clips?
Yeah.
All right. And that's about it for now. Thank you, Steve. Okay. Gamefly.com, Anthony. Speaking of video games, I met the fine folks from Gamefly.com at the Rolling Stones concert the other night.
You did.
I went to the XM client party. You couldn't be bothered.
Not at all. I love Gamefly, but I don't think I want to hang out with a lot of the people in charge.
Yeah.
That's all.
They're doing
nothing against them.
They're doing quite well.
Yeah.
And the guy that runs it, he's a young guy that looks like Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yeah. I meant to tell him to his face, but I was like...
and he's the head muckety-muck?
Head muckety-muck, very happy with what is going on with us in Gamefly.com.
Nice!
So, yeah, you want to explain this damn thing?
Of course. You go to Gamefly.com. Gamefly.com is the world's leading online video game rental service, and it's easy.
Right.
You send a game back, the next game on your queue list automatically sent to you. They'll let you have up to 2 games out at a time, games you can keep as long as you want, without any of those pesky late fees. And if you really like the game, all you do is you click Keep It in your game queue, and you get the mint condition box and a manual delivered to you like you bought it in a store, all at a great member discount. Go to Gamefly.com/XM, get signed up. Only costs $21.95 a month, and you can start with a free 2-week trial. 2-week XM trial. No commitments. Cancel anytime you want. Start playing all the latest releases, all those games you wanted to play right now at Gamefly.com. Got over 2,500 titles to choose from for all the platforms: Xbox, PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, DS, and the all-new and ever-popular PSP. 2 games at a time. No shipping either way. How about that? Keep the games as long as you want. No late fees. All the games you want. Gamefly.com. You know how to spell game and fly. You put them together. Gamefly.com/XM. Plug in that XM in the promo code, and you get a special offer. Gamefly.com.
Let's see how this comes out. All right?
They're right there.
All right, here we go.
I got a break.
Oh, this is nice. This is a story about a man. And he always was so lonely at night. But his voice was rowdy. You could hear it all through this train station. And I'm going to sing this one. This is about Tippy Toe Tommy.
Let's go while we're young.
show, what a show, what a show. Bill Burr in studio. His half-hour comedy special re-airs tonight on HBO at 11 o'clock. I saw it last night. He kicked ass. Absolutely.
It's really good. We're going to sit and watch it.
I love that.
Should we make
I can't do it.
I don't know what
I want to do the voice so
it's
bad.
so funny.
He does
What
his
are you
voice during the
doing?
half-hour comedy special. That really made me laugh hard.
Want to go to the Container Store?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Get some T-shirts.
Oh, get some containers for your
your
T-shirts.
T-shirts, yeah.
I know your act better than
great.
you. You stink.
You want
Nah,
to go to the
I retired. I stopped doing that shit because I don't want people lip syncing my act next time I'm out at the Stress Factory.
That is so funny.
You
though.
already
did that. What you
Sometimes-
doing? Guy's funny, but I heard this shit.
Barracuda, whackbag.com. Hey, guys, can we get an update on Opie's Green Apple Squirts?
You want to go to brunch?
The brunch one was the best. Yeah, an update on the Green Apple Squirts. It was one and done.
One and done. A one-off.
When does that
a
ever
prototype.
happen?
Good.
When do you ever have the liquid shits one time and one time only?
On a lucky day.
And then go right back to solid action.
Very good.
Although I went to the bathroom with Anthony later on in the show, and I
heard noises.
There was a whole
You
mess
walked
going
into
on.
my stall, first of all.
Yes.
And I kind of threw me, so I had to go all the way to the end stall, and I'm like 4 stalls away, and I just hear Opie start laughing, and then it starts me laughing. It's something about the acoustics in a bathroom that just makes those noises, just that hollow, echo, tile wall sound. Fantastic.
It's like every airport I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Right before you get in your flight, just some totally uninhibited jackass just squeezing it out.
And then they got to go, oh, make that groan of pleasure.
The best is when they're talking on their cell phone while they do that. You ever been in the airport and there's a guy on his mobile phone taking a dump? It's like, what are you doing?
What business is so important?
I know.
Yeah, really.
I already sent those figures.
Oh, here's some PowerPoint for you. Slide 1.
Laszlo in studio. What's up,
Laszlo?
How's it going?
Good.
I figured out your guest problem for you.
You did?
Yeah, because you know you guys are always saying you have trouble getting guests.
Yeah.
Well, one of the first times I was on, Ben, like a couple of days before, emailed me and go, "You're on in a couple of days, aren't you?" I'm like, yeah. You didn't sort of have that written down.
Oh no.
And then 2.5 weeks ago, I get an email from Ben, and he says, "You want to come on the show in 2.5 weeks?" I go, "Cool. I'll do it on Tuesday, the 20th." So last week I get an email from him, and he goes, "Hey, how about coming in next week and being on the show?" I go, "Ben, you got me booked." I go, "You got me booked for Tuesday." He goes, "Oh, excellent."
Excellent. Guests are having to book themselves on our show.
I had one calendar with me and the other one without me, so it's, you know.
What, are they different?
No, I have an electronic one, and then we have the one in the office. I screwed it up.
That's great.
He's here.
Hey, he's here. That's all that counts.
But I get nervous. I email him the night before. I'm like, still on, right?
Am I supposed to be on your show?
I'm afraid I'll come in. I'll be like, "You're not on today, dude."
Laszlo?
When do you think they're going to find out in Washington that this radio show is a complete mess?
Yeah,
I have no clue.
If
what
anybody
we're
has a perception, this is a well-tuned machine.
Yeah.
All right, Laszlo handed in a fine production piece today.
Yeah.
Fine piece. I want to play it again.
Cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to do like a movie trailer spoof for you guys for a while, and because the most fun production I've ever done for GTA has always been the movie trailer stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I mean, they take forever to put together.
For anyone not familiar with Laszlo, maybe new listeners to the show, you hear his production work in Grand Theft Auto video games.
And his voice.
Yeah. All those commercials, the wacky commercials for Glory Hole Theme Park and all that fun stuff. That's Laszlo and his sick, twisted mind.
And now you're out of a job, kind of, with GTA getting all fucked up.
Yeah.
With the porn shit, huh?
What's going on? Are they going to be able
we never
to pump
talked
out?
about that.
Are they going to be able to pump out some fun games still, or have they been fucked now because of the rating?
Well, there's a new game out. I mean, they just reissued the game, from what I understand. But you know, from my perception, I don't work for the company. They just hire my production company to do stuff.
Yeah.
From my perception, it seems like there's a few politicians trying to get a little attention, maybe try to get that whole family values vibe.
Yeah, it's an easy target.
No shit, Sherlock.
I mean, the Democrats are never going to beat the Republicans at the whole family values thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but Democrats always go after video games.
Yeah, they love hopping on the video game bandwagon. This is evil. It's causing our children to... They come up with these things that it's making children violent. It's turning them on to guns and drugs, and they're going to kill
play
cops.
That audio that we just listened to.
Yeah, that's the...
Fuck!
Right.
Yeah, maybe they have a point.
Double point. There's basically one guy who sort of leads it. His name is Jack Thompson. He's an attorney down in Florida.
Yeah.
And after Columbine, he sued the video game companies. He got all these, distraught parents together whose kids had been killed and said, I figured out the reason. It was video games, and he sued the video. I mean, the video game companies had to spend millions defending this case, and they won.
Yeah.
But
still cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lawyers won.
The politicians sound so out of touch when they talk about these games, too.
They don't know. I've heard this Donkey Kong. Our children are now throwing barrels at each other.
It's ape on Italian violence. We really can't have throwing barrels at Goombas.
All right, let's listen to the Opie and Anthony movie trailer that Laszlo came up with.
In 2002, darkness covered the land.
The Catholic League is praising Infinity Broadcasting for canceling the Opie and Anthony show.
And evil reigned supreme.
Robin!
Until one day, they returned, and all hell broke loose.
Bullshit! Can you hear me? I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. Shut up. One Wednesday, I picked up a guy in a dress, and he sucked my dick.
You just sit back and watch what happens next.
Opie.
Shut up, shut up.
Anthony.
Away with you! Away! Away! Leave! Leave the fucking studio!
Jim Norton.
Every one of you is a time-wasting cock tease.
I will beat children about the head.
And the O&A Army.
Our fans are a bunch of jackasses.
3 men leading an army from the pits of darkness.
You are shit. You are worthless.
We're all losing it.
I could give a fuck.
Fighting the evil nemesis, poisoning the land.
You're just a little scumbag, and I'll just spit in your fucking face. I'd love to spit in your fucking face.
Fuck him!
And a battle that almost separated them forever.
I'm an actor. You're insane. You don't know how a show works, and then you have these stupid opinions.
I understand you're trying to do a radio show.
We're not gonna do that, you ass!
Aw, don't get all angry and yell.
Jim, you're fucking pissing me off. Whatever.
Holy shit.
What happens when love pushes you over the edge?
I gotta feel the tits!
Nowhere to run.
Who is this idiot on the radio?
Nowhere to hide.
You're shit out of luck.
And no way out.
Dance, motherfucker, dance.
Yeah, look at my cock.
The most anticipated thriller of the year.
Give to me the money. I will make for you the like I fuck.
No!
The Opie and Anthony Show. Rated R for retarded.
That is awesome, man.
That's what I did from Friday, from 5 p.m. to about 2, 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Bravo.
Wow. And now we want listeners to try to come up with their own movie trailers. We'll see what comes in. You never know.
Oh, just the
You never
crap
know.
that's going to come in. The garbage.
I love the evil in Jim's voice.
Oh, I know.
I'd love to spit in your
Spit in your face. It's so calculated and nasty and comes from such a deep, dark, evil place.
Oh, it's great.
There are fun Jimmy things when he goes, shut up, I want to bite your face. But then there's, I want to, like he's got to spell it out for you, to spit in your face.
When I was putting that together, I said, maybe I should include the other guys, and I put Steve's Jetson sound effect in there. I was like, oh, this just suddenly went a different direction.
Yeah,
pull
In
it
a
out.
Disney movie.
Very nice. Are you still working at K-Rock?
Yeah, supposedly. I kind of stirred up a bit of shit over there.
Yeah.
The Hoo-Hoo fans have been, or I guess people that are associated with them have been sort of sabotaging the show.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of weak. Because in radio station studios, they've got the hotline, and it's that one number that makes all these strobe lights in the studio flash. And the etiquette in radio is that you don't call someone while they're live and make those strobe lights go off. You wait till they're in a song or they're in a commercial or something else.
When
And
the hotline rings, everyone panics because it's the boss ready to yell at you. That's
Right.
the reason he calls the number.
So
remember those days?
He doesn't call it to go, hey, how's your shift going? I'm just checking in.
Well, I mean, and the other issue is I've been
always something horrific, and
Right.
then you got another 3 hours in your shift, and you sit there like, oh,
and you're sitting
crap.
there bugging.
Am I going to get fired for not playing a song on the playlist?
And I keep waiting because I keep playing less and less music. I'm playing about 1 to 2 songs an hour now, and because it's all just talking. And so the hotline rings a couple weeks ago, and everybody in the room looks at each other, and you can't talk with like strobe lights going off.
Yeah.
So I answer. I bust out to commercials, and I answer the phone, and this guy goes, "Who's in charge of this radio broadcast?" And I go, I am." Like, who's this? He's like, "My name's John. I'm with the FCC." And I'm like, "Really?" And he said, yeah, you need to, I'm working with the commissioner of the FCC, and, I'm monitoring this broadcast, and you need to call him. And I said, really?
Like the FCC hotline station.
And I go, how did you get the hotline number at K-Rock? And he's like, oh, because of Howard Stern, we monitor. And, I've been in radio long enough that I'm just like, what, especially since somebody that works for the FCC sounds like some jackass from Jersey that, is under a car changing out carburetors.
Work for the FCC
So
in Jersey.
He gives me this phone number, and he says, yeah, you need to call the commissioner. I'm like, yeah, and what is the commissioner's name? And he's like, the commish. I'm like, okay, all right. So, but now, I guess some of Stern's boys have the hotline number, because I think it's the same hotline as Stern's phone bank. And I'll just be sitting there talking, and the strobe lights just go off. So it's like I got to unhook it. It's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, time to spray paint over the strobe lights. Yeah. Get a Pokemon seizure during your show.
But, yeah, E-Rock came on the show.
E-Rock.
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
E-Rock came
Where's
on.
E-Rock?
We were talking about the Hurricane Katrina, or Hurricane Karina.
Karina, yes.
Yeah, you got that clip? We played that clip on our show.
What could E-Rock possibly have added to your program?
Well, this was lottery winning, so...
the poor E-Rock.
Yeah. What is he doing with that money? Is he going to have, like...
Here he is. To his new theme music.
Wow. He has walk-on music. That's
From his favorite artist.
He loves Paula Abdul, so that's his walk-on music. E-Rock, you hung with Laszlo at K-Rock? E-Rock was at K-Rock.
Hey!
No? All right, go ahead.
Wow, you were hanging out at K-Rock, huh?
Yeah, he was nice enough to invite me up to the show and plug the auction.
How was that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah? No one knew it was you, or was there
There's
anybody
nobody there except Laszlo and his friend there.
So I would
Big
assume
Wayne.
they would probably be a little upset if one of the production staff to the Opie and Anthony show were up in the K-Rock facility.
And we put some bumper stickers up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I put some
Put
wow
wow
stickers
stickers
up
everywhere.
that got ripped down.
I
You can
wouldn't
actually,
doubt
there's pictures of E-Rock applying stickers around the K-Rock studio at my website. But we came in the next week, they were ripped down. And then I started getting harassing calls. And like in the next room, here's the other thing that is insane. I left radio. I worked at WDRE/WLIR out on Long Island because I got so sick of the production studios. They were so half-assed, and the engineer there, who was like this Italian Goomba guy, was like, "Listen, Laszlo, you just go behind the board and jiggle the wires." Because I'm like, I'm only getting like the left speaker. Jiggle the wires in the back. I'm like, is this a radio station or
Of course it is. That sounds like every station I ever worked at.
But I have to record my show on cassette at that fucking at K-Rock. Cassette. I haven't used a cassette tape in ages.
No.
And in the next room, I run a DAT backup. And I guess there was a couple of Stearns dudes there last week, and I came in, and it was turned off. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, oh, we need the studio. I'm like, I'm sort of using it. I'm like, oh, it's getting fucking annoying, dude.
Yeah, I guess you're probably not liked over there very much. Remember what we used to do at the AAF studio?
No.
We were the ones that used to break the stuff. What was the game we used to play? Was it scissors or a knife? Where we used to throw it as hard as we could into the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we'd miss because we were way across the studio. And there's these things called monitors.
We would throw it at the wall of afros.
Yeah, we had a wall of afros. We'd clip out pictures of afros, whether it was newspaper, magazines, old, new, baseball cards, whatever, and have this huge wall of afros. And then we'd take scissors or knives or whatever other sharp things and throw them, I swear, as hard as we could from across the studio into this wall. And they'd stick like real deep, and we'd see who we hit on the wall of afros. And the monitors for the studio were on the same wall. And a couple of times, the scissor went right through the big speaker.
We were animals. Then we started throwing the fire extinguishers through the wall.
Then the ultimate. Someone brought a tombstone,
sure.
into the studio. Just this huge piece of granite that had to weigh, what was it, 90 pounds?
It was, I don't know, it was ridiculously heavy.
It was really heavy. We took this thing and both picked it up and just rocked it back and forth. 1, 2, 3, right into the wall
of afros. Collapsing the wall of afros.
It just went right through the wall. I don't know why we did this.
Really weird racial undertone to this
whole thing.
I was going to say, there's the wall of afros.
There were as many white people on the afro wall. It was just afros.
Yeah, the
My picture was on the goddamn
the
wall.
end lovers.
My picture was on the wall.
We found one picture of of Boston. That was it.
Yeah.
The band Boston.
The band Boston was up there.
Yeah.
You know, and they had the big afros. And I don't know
That
why
seemed like
we
a
used
Boston
to destroy.
It was bad.
Throw knives at the wall of afros.
Throwing knives or anything else, we just would destroy that studio.
Well, what about the time Green Day came in and we told them, you could destroy the studio.
Oh, we do it all the time. Go ahead, trash it. Yeah, that took a while to clean up.
Yeah.
I don't know why we would destroy. Like, was there were we angry at the time that we felt we had to rip the walls down?
I don't know.
Like gorillas in there.
Yeah, the guy on before me at K-Rock, he goes, dude, what are you doing? You keep going the way you're going, they're probably going to blow you out. I'm like, dude, I get this is something I'm doing between projects at the moment, And I guess you guys had a little bit of history with him, Nick Carter.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Nick's over there now?
Yeah, he's on, he does like a show before me or whatever.
Is he doing full-time or just...
No, he's just part-time. I guess he used to be
weekends?
on, you guys battled him up in Boston or something?
Not really. I mean, he was on the same time as us, but he never really...
A little smack.
Yeah.
Talking a little smack.
Nah, I mean, he's a friend of ours now. I mean,
Yeah.
The battle was before him, the guy before him, and then he took over, and the battle was already won.
We butt heads a little bit, but then we were fired, so much ended. Thrown out.
You got some... oh, there goes Eric. All right, Eric.
Yeah, I brought him some stuff for your auction, man.
Eric's just sitting there waiting for him to walk out.
And by the way, that's what he did on my show, too.
Really?
Yeah, just sort of a blank look with a mic in front of him.
Oh, that's him. That's him.
What is he going to do with that $100,000? Have you like some camp called Halitosis for Hope or something?
He went there.
I don't know what he says. He's going to invest it
and live off the interest.
Live off the interest.
He told me he's going to live off the interest.
Good luck.
I don't know what stock market he's investing it in.
Yeah,
hopefully it's the Colombian stock market
because they tax it. But from what I heard, he's got some kind of a loophole in his residence.
You can live off the interest if it was 1977.
Yeah,
maybe.
those days are done.
You can't live off the interest anymore.
You can't live off the interest of $70,000.
Offshore accountant.
Yeah, there you go.
Steal it. My brother did that one.
Someone will steal. Well, Nigeria. Some guy emailed me from Nigeria and said that I could get $20 million if I send him my bank account number.
When I was in the airport in Switzerland, I was in Geneva. We were headed up to the French Alps, and my buddy and I, as a joke, there's like a Swiss bank branch right there in the airport. And as a joke, we went up and said, hey, we want to open up a Swiss bank account. And they said, excellent, you need $25,000 in cash.
Cash?
Sure. I was like, wow, because you're not even supposed to leave with more than $10,000 in cash, or they think you're buying drugs or something. But you can open a Swiss bank account right at the airport.
But what do you do with one?
I don't know. It's
like,
just say that you got
sounds like
one.
it would be cool to have a Swiss bank. Yeah, I got a Swiss bank account. But what?
I'm part of the Illuminati.
Yeah. What do you do?
Keep your Nazi gold there.
Yeah,
fillings.
Do you get a debit card from them and use the ATM? How do you get your money out? You got to go there again?
I think so, because a buddy of mine, his parents died, and he found this piece of paper and found out that they had a Swiss bank account. And we actually flew over there, took a bunch of money out in cash, and then traveled around Europe getting whacked on it.
Just strap it to your body, fly it back.
Just
How do you,
stuff it in a suitcase.
What is it? 10 G's you're not allowed to take in? More than 10 grand cash into the United States?
10 grand is it. You can't have more than 10 grand on you in cash.
Wow.
Guido from Morris Park. Was that Laszlo's Italian accent? It sounded more like Mickey Mouse. Can we hear your Italian accent again?
I have no Italian accent. Dude, I'm from Oklahoma.
It was this guy. Hey, jiggle of the wire.
You guys were talking about...
I'm trying to change the
Moving along.
You guys were talking about the different slogans from countries.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, on the license plates when growing up, it said Oklahoma is okay.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, just okay.
Right, we're getting by.
We're fine.
When did Oklahoma become a country?
The country of Oklahoma.
They had slaves.
Did they?
They did. There were slaves
Working in the oil fields?
All right. We have some of your show stuff.
Yeah,
here.
on my show, there's three of us. It's me, Big Wayne. He's my sidekick. He's a former biker who used to wreck motorcycles on the BQE at 100 miles an hour and rob shoe stores and do crack and stuff. But he's a carpenter now, and he's one of my best friends. We surf together every weekend. So
why shoe stores? Out of curiosity.
Nikes. Get some Nikes, looking cool.
Still in the sneakers.
Yeah, he's still. This is going in.
That was a big cash heist.
Steal all the size 10s.
We're gonna knock off a shoe store.
Where do you surf?
Long Beach.
Long Beach,
New York. Yeah, we had some hurricane surf go through with Ophelia. This weekend, and
good.
It was so big there was a lot of people couldn't get out. Big 10-foot glassy faces.
Wow,
it was
big,
incredible.
10-foot glassy faces.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're talking shop here.
I know. I'm like 10. All right, so we got some pieces from your show?
Yeah, Wayne's had a lot of experiences with women that have been a little less than stellar, so we play music, much like you have, different theme music for people here.
All right, here's Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
I was with this girl, and it was in the early 80s, and she was actually a friend of a girl that I was dating, and we had a little relations, and she got knocked up, and so we told her family, and everyone was all happy at first, and then a couple of weeks went by, and the father kind of grabbed me and said, you guys are kind of young, and you don't know what direction your life's going into, and take her to the clinic. And then I took her to a place on 5th Avenue and 60th Street. After the procedure, we got back to her house. There was moments of, you aren't going to love me anymore, and we're not going to last, and we're not going to be together, and, it turned into another moment. And little to say, 3 weeks later, I was back at 5th Avenue and 60th Street for round 2.
God.
Control his instincts.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
Holy wow, the music really sets that piece.
It is so
together. Thank God I'm in delay on that station, because I have to keep hitting the goddamn dump button. Because he's a carpenter. Every other word's fuck, shit.
Right.
It's killing me.
God
she
damn.
Just had an abortion and was able to have sex again.
Took the chick home and fucked her again and got her pregnant again.
I like how the whole thing went, though, where she felt that he wouldn't love her because of the abortion, and that turned into romance and him showing that he loved her by having sex, and then she gets pregnant again.
Wow. There was no guilt or shame in that.
None.
You got to see this guy. He's about 240 pounds. He's got a dreadlock beard down to his waist. He's a piece of work.
That's all right.
That's great.
He might be perfect for this fine channel of ours.
It's a good one.
All right, Romantic Moments with Big Wayne, number 2 here.
Yeah, there's another one on there.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
Chick's name was Debbie. Her brother's name was Mooney, who we really hung out with. And she was born with a disfigured arm. And at the elbow joint, it had a little hand that never grew past a 5-year-old's hand. When I met it, was actually a baby hand, and then it grew to be like a little child's hand. And she always kept it covered up. And I had a fantasy of that, I'd like to be released by hand from the mini hand. And not being that well endowed, I might feel humongous.
Romantic Moments with Big Wayne.
Yeah, I like that bit a lot, man.
Yeah, like a thalidomide hand,
yeah.
little thing on the end of your elbow.
Wow.
I like that guy. He just talks about unbelievably disgusting shit, but he does it with such a bouncy kind of voice.
Yeah,
it makes you feel
chuckling
I think
through it.
He goes up at the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
And it grew into kind of a little kid's hand.
And those are the tame ones. Like,
Yeah.
there's stuff that I can't even put on K-Rock just because you can't say fart, for God's sakes, you know?
Yeah.
Regular
Really fucked it
radio
up.
stinks.
Here's the show opener for week 7, show number 6.
Yeah.
Is it worth playing, or?
Yeah, sure, man.
Well, we love your production, so.
Who's at risk and how prepared are we?
Are we next in America?
How safe are we in America? Can we prevent a subway or bus attack in the U.S.?
This is why I thought the Brits should have let the French have the Olympics.
Why are they doing this?
You have to wonder, will we ever truly feel safe again?
There's a lot to worry about in America today. Terrorism, the economy, gay marriage. But when the anxiety sets in, I turn off the TV, pull up a chair, pop a Percocet, and a nice cold Brooklyn lager, and I turn on the Laszlo Show. Stand by, baby. It's starting right now. Please, stand by.
Should we start with the national anthem? You know what? Screw it. I got too drunk last night. Just play the opening music.
And this is where I start talking.
The kid's hysterical always.
Love the kid.
I get emails from O&A fans. Tell me more about the kid. Like, he's a pedophile.
Frightening.
Dude, I got
really
this
scary.
email from one of your fans. He's like, hey, they're talking about you on Whackbag or all that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I went to Google, and there's this Google search you can do where you can sort of like spider through a site by typing like Laszlo site and then Whackbag, and it'll show you every instance that your name is mentioned on that site.
Wow.
And, I'd heard Jay Moore one time talking about the pit of despair that he got sucked into by going on Whackbag, and I was like, it'll be different for me.
Oh,
and I went,
no.
Dude, 2 hours later, I was like, oh, my God. Which is why I got the idea for that movie trailer, because I was watching, like, Lord of the Rings, and, like all those orcs, armies coming. I was like, that's what the fucking O&A army looks like.
That's what they're like. And they can turn on you. The drop of a dime, they will just turn on you.
There was this one thread, it was like, what does Laszlo look like? And I'd never had any pictures of me at my website. I'd always just, like, kept low-key or whatever. And somebody found a picture of this fat guy in Birkenstocks with a goatee, and they're like, this is what he looks like. And so this thread explodes. Oh, he looks like a fag, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there waiting to go, no!
You will never find a larger collection of guys who are more concerned about how guys look than in radio. I swear to you, I have had, throughout my entire life, I've had no problem getting and keeping girls and girlfriends. Never been an issue in my life. And that, to me, is all I need. When Mitch will email and talk about how ugly I am, I'll be like, what? Why does Mitch, first of all, care about what I look like? And how can he really, like, judge? And how is he sitting there going, I don't find Anthony attractive? It dumbfounds me.
You're not going to fuck him. He's just there to make you laugh.
Right.
Calm down.
I'm there to talk into a microphone. You don't even need a visual. It's radio.
This isn't TV.
You went out of your way to see what I look like, to then comment on it.
Our
But
looks will
people-
never get in your way.
It's
This
always
is not a TV show.
And it's always guys.
Yeah.
It's always guys.
And there's this thread on there. They start talking about, I really like his stuff from Grand Theft Auto, da-da-da-da-da. And this one guy puts in there, the Grand Theft Auto stuff, he was ripping off Stern.
Well, you were. Because you spoke into a microphone
Right.
to do it, right? Hoo-hoo, right there. You're ripping off Stern on the Grand Theft Auto.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, my
I
God.
had probably heard Stern like 2 or 3 times when we were writing the scripts for that.
Yeah.
The first game.
There are just some people that are so brainwashed that a sound coming out of a speaker, there you go. You're ripping them off.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, this just in, Gene Simmons is MIA? Jesus.
Oh, wow, what a shame.
He's got some hair on him.
The show,
Yeah. Oh, boy.
The show always starts with potential. We sometimes have guests that actually look like somebody on this sheet, and
sometimes they actually show up.
Sometimes they actually call in. All right, anything else on this, Laz?
Yeah, there's Jaguar Skills is this weekly radio serial that we've been doing. We're really into comic books and stuff like that, and I thought, the radio serial is very much dead, so I got contacted by this DJ in England, and he and I actually collaborated on this album, and his name's Jaguar Skills, so we've been making these, 1970s action adventure episodes.
Opie, could you imagine preparing for a show like this? Could you imagine corresponding and collaborating with someone in another country for a break on the show?
Can you imagine Anthony staying for longer than 5 seconds after the show?
After the show is over?
I start to walk over across the room to shake your hand and say, great show, and there's this wisp of smoke, and he, appears on Long Island seconds later.
The elevator is in free fall to get me out quicker. I just pull a handle, and it drops. I can't get out of here quickly enough. And he's on the phone with England. Yeah, I think I got a great idea. Unbelievable, the dedication.
We've played a few of these, and we're talking to an animation house about possibly turning it into a cartoon. Some guys that do some stuff for Adult Swim.
Will this make sense?
Who knows?
All right, let's take a listen.
If not,
what the hell? If not, it still kills 2 minutes today.
My name is DJ Jaguar Skills. Secret ninja powers are revealed to me when I hold aloft my magic stick. Jaguar Skills. With my fly ebony honey at my side, and my friends the mighty Fat Boss crew at my back, I battle evil.
Jaguar Skills, the funkiest ninja in the universe.
Jaguar Skills.
Tonight, we join our hero, Jaguar Skills, the UK's flyest ninja DJ, deep into a session of lady pleasin'.
Don't tell me that was it.
Yo, that's super speed, baby. That's DJ Ninja style. I'm in and out before you even know it.
You got that right, fool.
Look, shut your stupid face before I chop your head off with a sword, yeah?
Damn!
It's the Chuck D alarm.
Damn!
Throw me my magic stick and my ninja knickers.
Shortly after meeting up with his sidekick, Tiger Chen, and the mighty Fat Boss crew.
Jag, yo, it's your evil nemesis, DJ Nuptial, the wackest wedding DJ in all of Britain. Oh, man, I hate that fool. Yeah, he and his evil ninja crew, they've taken his club and everyone inside hostage. They're about to unleash some romantic ballads and Hasselhoff and all kinds of shit. Look, it's time to get grey white on these fools and burn this place down. What about the children? Tiger, we're going to have to go around the corner and rape all the women and children. Jaguar, what are you talking about? Jaguar, your eyes are red. Have you been smoking hash all day? Totally mashed. I'm massively mashed. Look, do you know how mashed I am? I'm massively mashed. Jag, I'm going to have to take you back to the hideout. You are bugging out. I think it's time to go back to the hideout and smoke some hash.
Join us next time for another Jaguar Skills adventure.
Jaguar Skills. Jaguar Skills. 5 gorgeous young ninja bits protecting Earth's entire galaxy. Always 5. Acting as one. Dedicated. Inseparable. Invincible.
Wow, that's some production, man.
That's too much like the real deal.
Yeah, the stories really never go anywhere. Obviously. And it's really based after this guy's real character. He's like a black belt that sits around and smokes hash all day at this mountaintop villa in Spain. He's a weird dude, so I was like, I got to create a cartoon about you, dude.
Wow, very good, very good.
Calling people in England.
I know, you're making us look bad.
Opie reads a magazine and he's like crowing. I read a magazine last night and I got something here. He's like on the phone with England.
Well, what do you bring to the show today?
Flipping out the articles like an old lady with coupons.
What did you bring to the show today?
I
read Giant Magazine.
I wasn't saying that I did more than you.
All right.
I'm saying Laszlo is blowing everyone away.
A positive attitude.
That's it. And isn't that all you really need?
A little bit of love.
We're patting ourselves on the back 45 minutes into this bullshit today.
We're going to take a break. I guess Gene Simmons is not calling the show today?
Of course not.
I'm sure people are just sitting around waiting for Gene to call the Opie and Anthony program.
Yeah.
Jesus. And who's Julia? What is she?
She's going to talk about sex. She's from, hold on.
Who was still?
Co-ed magazine. Oh, and I see super agent Robert Eatman. This could delay my exit by the tens of minutes.
I haven't even met him yet, and he's now my agent.
Is he?
Yes.
Wow.
He's everyone's agent.
I know.
After the headlines we got.
I'm going to be doing overnights in Paducah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Talk to him now because you'll never get him on the phone.
He's everyone's agent. Can you get the Opie and Anthony deal for me? Well, yes, I can. All right, I'll sign with you. Who suffers in the end? Opie and Anthony.
Oh! His stable of more than 10,000 hacks.
He's got 10,000 morning hacks.
10,001.
And one now.
Thank you.
And Anthony and I.
Yeah, we used to be like the big guys.
And how much you want to bet he watches Entourage?
You think?
Look at his dress is different.
Yeah, what is it? He's looking a little more casual.
You watch Entourage. He wants to be, what's his name there?
He's wearing
Ari.
like
he's dressing like Ari. Look at him.
I usually see him in a suit.
He's from Chicago. All of a sudden he's dressing like Ari.
He's wearing like a yellow button-down shirt, kind of open at the collar, all sexy.
Have you ever seen him dressed like that?
No, never.
I think he got influenced by Entourage. He wants to be Ari.
He is. He's a day away from getting the gold hoop earring.
Ari making it cool to be a super agent.
Probably had a flesh tone T-shirt during Miami Vice days.
Is he representing anyone from Entourage, perhaps? Maybe that's the deal. Oh, don't talk about it. I'm in negotiations. Love the Bob.
All right. And I forgot to tell you, Anthony, our old GM called yesterday.
Brucey Mittman.
Bruce Mittman.
Boys, is he going to be in town and want to have dinner?
I have no idea. I didn't call him
again.
back.
Another Boarfest dinner with I was going to say with Robert Eatman, but that's true too. But with Brucey Mittman,
who knows? We'll have to call him back. All right. Why don't we take a break?
Yeah, I got to take a leak.
Bill Burr sitting in today, Laszlo sitting in today, and we got what's her name, Julia from Co-Ed Magazine to talk about sex next.
Hey, we knocked off.
Sweet oral pleasure. Such a talented little heroin addict. Oh dear. Overdose. Ramon. Get the wood chipper.
Just when you thought the show couldn't get any more exciting, entering the studio is Julia from Co-Ed Magazine.
Yeah.
A magazine no one has ever read.
Hey. People have read it. I use too much Purell.
Wow.
Hey, what's going on? Hello.
Whoa. Look at this.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
And she's got you got confidence in your walk and everything. I like it.
Yeah, well, I've been a dating columnist for like 4 years, so it does get you.
A dating columnist, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Hey, we have our own dating columnist. His name is Patrice.
Patrice O'Neill.
This could be a good time to run this by a professional.
Do these headphones go with my outfit, or?
It's a little that's fine. That looks perfect. Don't worry about it. Now look.
So
now we all
Right.
clam up and get intimidated.
I'm looking at a different set of cans.
An attractive girl
I'm
in
gonna
the
warn
studio.
you right now. When it comes to a girl with like a brain, we stink.
Ooh, you guys are in trouble for today, then.
Yeah, we really do stink.
Well, I need
any woman shows intelligence in this studio, we all just fall apart.
You're like under the table.
Bill.
Yeah. Bill?
Yes. Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
That's Laszlo.
Laszlo, is that your first or last name?
One.
Nickname?
One name.
It's like Madonna.
Laszlo.
Madonna. Laszlo.
You'd be huge with that name. You're like Laszlo. You could have a whole cult.
Laszlo. That's Opie again.
Hello.
Just one name.
And you must be.
And Anthony. One name.
You don't go by A?
No, we have the big A.
No. And that's Than.
Hi, Than.
Hi.
What do
Doesn't
you
he have the
Than?
worst name? You thought Opie was bad, but Than.
Than, no, it's sort of like Thor, but...
It's short for Nathaniel.
Oh, very creative.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Chicks dig it.
Awful.
At least your parents didn't name you Peaches or something like that. There's a star kid named Peaches.
Oh, yeah?
She's not into it. She's 13. I don't know why I follow this kind of stuff.
Peaches who, though?
Apple.
No,
Kid named Apple.
It's like, she's actually in Britain as well, though.
Yeah.
It's British.
Now, you're a dating expert.
I am.
Now, how did you get to be an expert? You must have gone out on a lot of dates.
I did. I have.
You did?
Yeah, it's
How old
true.
a gal are you? You're young enough to ask that without...
Now, what do you think? Can you guess?
I'd go with,
31.
43.
Very clever. You know how to woo a woman. I understand that.
Awful. I would say...
No, she's beautiful. I don't know.
25.
Younger than 25?
Yes.
But you've
been doing this a while.
You
so
know
we
why?
had to
You're
have the
holding
age.
yourself as a mature woman.
24. I know you're really
You're
off,
24.
Right?
You're
Yeah.
freaked out when we said 25.
When's your
Listen,
birthday?
It's a huge February.
All right, so I'm a half a year off.
It's a very important half a year.
Yeah, it is.
But
24
you've been
to
doing
25.
this for 5 years.
Well, I started doing it in college. I was at Georgetown.
Oh, okay.
And I started writing the column after I took a year off and I worked on Capitol Hill. And the ratio of unattractive men to attractive women in D.C. is ridiculous.
Really?
I mean, if you're even remotely good looking, you can get any man there. So
yeah.
It was a...
Wait, who's the ugly one then? The guys?
Yeah, the guys were the ugly ones.
But they got the power, right?
They do. Power's an aphrodisiac.
Because it's politics.
Now, what's the difference between being a dating expert and just a slut with a pen? Because you would think you would have to be with a lot of people to be an expert in the whole dating thing.
I'm a big reader. I don't know. I think actually the difference...
Yeah.
Is that dating experts have methodologies and sluts with pens just sort of go with it.
Right.
Probably with alcohol involved.
Yeah.
I only involved alcohol when absolutely necessary.
Did you ever bang a senator?
Congressman, actually.
A congressman?
There's a big difference. Senators are really hard to bag. And they're quite...
Is that when you hit expert status?
Yeah. That was... I said... Check, No, I dated a congressman for a while.
Really?
And, yeah, that was sort of...
How old was he?
I was 32. He was young.
Oh.
And he was single. Can you believe it?
No.
Any congressional sex, like in his actual office, or?
No, never in his office. No. I'm not going to tell you where though. They're like, oh my
private
God.
subway
Lincoln
to
Monument.
The Capitol.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a cliche, but I'm sure that there are some people out there who get off on that.
Yeah.
I know there are people who love doing their office, but I've never done that. But you guys would love that public
How about the
sex,
waiting
right?
room
That's your
outside
thing.
the office? Like,
I've been outside his office before, and I used to work in a congressional office. Now these are not the same people, of course.
Now you write about all this for the magazine.
Yeah,
you write about your dating experiences.
Yeah, I started out.
How graphic does it get?
Well, at my Catholic university, Georgetown, not very. It took me a lot of time to convince them that they should use the word sex. I said, listen, it's not, we're not describing the act. They said, well, you're not married. You shouldn't be having sex. And I said, yeah, you should tell that to the rest of the students here because they didn't get the memo.
You should be having whoopee.
Yeah. Well, actually, they asked me to say making out, making love.
Heavy petting.
I love heavy petting.
I was like, these frat guys are not making love. Let me tell you,
So that was in college.
I was in college, and then
So
I started writing for Coed, which is coedmagazine.com. You can check it out.
Yeah. Now this has nothing to do with the Catholic
picture
religion,
up on,
so you can be a
Coed?
little more graphic.
Yeah, my picture's in Coed.
Where is it?
No, I mean on the website, so our fans could, check you out and.
I don't know, and if it's not,
whip out
someone
a
over at
batch.
Coed should. Here's my.
I just thumbed past Jeffrey Ross's picture. What the hell happened there?
Oh, there you are.
Catholic schoolgirl outfit.
There you are.
Oh yeah, look
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
Oh,
How about that?
Oh wait, we don't have to look at a picture of you. You're in studio.
I am. I'm right here. See more cleavage right here.
So now you start writing for Coed.
I started writing for Coed after I graduated from Georgetown, and Coed is a new collegiate magazine that is at every college. It covers everything college, the best stuff, frat parties. It profiles 4 schools in every issue, hot women, but it is technology, fashion, etc. It's written by a lot of college students.
Now, can you get graphic in there? I
get a little more graphic.
I just want to know how far it goes. Is it more about dating, or do you kind of get in depth on your sexual experience with the person you're with?
Well, my last column was about cheating. Any of you guys ever cheated? Want to talk about it?
Never.
No.
Oh, no.
Why would you do that?
I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of angels. I can just sense it.
That's right.
I don't believe any of you.
Except for him.
Everyone's cheated, please. Yeah.
How about the walk
Laszlo's cheated.
The walk of shame. You ever write an article about the walk of
shame?
Shame?
Yes.
I love the walk of shame.
Now, did you know that prior to this? That's my next column.
Is
The
it?
Walk of
Oh,
Shame.
really? The Walk of Shame is
I'm an
classic.
expert. I'm an expert on the Walk of Shame.
You're like missing a shoe.
I do it like every morning, let me tell you.
Really?
Yeah. Almost every morning.
You do the Walk of Shame yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You should explain what the Walk of Shame is.
Oh, the Walk of Shame. Let's see.
If you get up early on a Sunday to go get bagels, you see a lot of people walking home.
Oh, my God. You know, I was up.
You get to see the best sights. Just
Exactly.
going to get the paper and some bagels. The Walk of Shame is happening
Hair's
all
all
around you.
fucked up, yeah.
Right.
No, I was up at
holding up
7:30.
one high heel shoe. You wonder where the other one is.
No one dresses in a miniskirt on a Sunday morning unless they're coming from
That's
a little
right.
bit of a good time. It usually,
Got
okay, in
jizz
college.
in their hair.
Big load in their head.
Right, I'm not even
All
kidding,
over their
man.
shirt.
This is the worst. You want to see some horror shows? Get up early someday.
Torn blouse, look of confusion.
Right. Yeah.
Bring a digital camera and then,
It's classic.
Yeah.
That happens with you a lot.
Not, well, it happened, well, let me explain. I have currently a boyfriend right now, and so his house is obviously separate from mine, and I usually sleep over at his, so every morning, Walk of Shame.
Why is that the Walk of Shame, though?
Well, anytime you
The Walk
hook
of
up with
Shame is like when you're just doing the one-night stand and then have to walk home to your
not
back to your
necessarily.
frat house.
Yes,
or...
usually in college, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
I mean, and it's something where you're wearing your hoochie outfit from the night before. You're hung over as all hell, and you look like crap. Usually there are priests up at that hour, and they're like crossing themselves, like, dear God, and you've condoms stuck to your skirt or something.
I was on vacation in North Carolina, and we were driving home on the highway, and I saw a girl doing the Walk of Shame on a major highway.
That's
a good one.
And you're
sure
wondering,
she wasn't a rape victim? Maybe you should have stopped, Opie. Look at that whore. She needs medical attention.
Staggering out of a rest area.
Hey,
slut. It's just very obvious.
Well, have you guys done the Walk of Shame? I mean, guys do it too. Not as often.
No, you take them back to your place and you kick them out the next morning.
It's the proud
That's
walk
the way
of
to
the
do
cock. Right? That's what you do. Yeah.
When do you kick them out? 7 a.m., 8? You let them stay till 10, maybe?
It depends on how
4 a.m.
disgusted I am with them at the time.
Jesus
Usually
Christ.
about 2 minutes afterward, I'm ready to...
Depends on how big your beer goggles were the night before, right?
One of them stayed for 9 years, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck.
She's getting half the
Gotcha.
They took everything when she finally did leave.
She got a U-Haul truck.
U-Haul truck and a Swiss bank account.
Listen, you're a sex columnist. I have a question that I've been wondering about.
Ask me.
What is it about not showering for 5 or 6 days and being covered in feces that makes you want to rape somebody?
Who are you referring to?
I'm talking about the Superdome because I don't know what it was about. I mean, what is sexual and turns you on about a bunch of people piled into some kind of Mad Max movie covered in their own shit?
No, but you have to understand, rape is not about sex, sexuality.
Right.
It's
Don't
about
you know that,
violence.
Laszlo? It's a
Every
violent
romance.
It's violent. Not about romance. No.
It's not?
It's about having a strong opinion.
No. But
It's
yeah.
about teaching them a lesson.
No, because you know, rape is definitely not. It's not guys get so turned on they have to rape someone. No, that's not how it works. No, it's just guys who just cannot control their violent
But wouldn't you have to be
instincts.
a rapist to really know?
I don't know, but I think they've done a lot of sociological, psychological studies on that.
Yeah, but if you're a rapist, I mean, you're really going to be like answering these questions honestly. I mean, you're really just morally devoid of any sort of.
I think lying isn't very bad.
I'm not really sure how we got on this subject.
How did we get here?
I think when the world,
Laszlo.
I think when the world
Laszlo wants to get serious.
When the world is coming to an end, there's something in the evolutionary part of your brain that says it is time to start banging.
Copulating.
Because after 9/11, 9 months after 9/11, there was a ton of births because people are like the world's ending.
I think those are totally different things. I think that the Superdome was really more of an exercise in absolute desperation.
I think it's just when you think the world's coming to an end, it's time to start banging.
So, does that mean that you don't do that before, or how is your sex life right now?
All right, here's a question we need answered. We got to ask you questions that everybody, all the guys in the audience are going to need to know.
That's right.
How do you know when the guy is going to be able to fuck you?
How do
how do you know? You go out on a
when
date.
He's going to be able to?
When
like, after he's taken his Viagra, or what
no. Like you go out on a
Physically
date. You go out on a date. He's wondering if he's going to get some that night.
Oh God, you know immediately.
You know immediately.
Yeah, but you got to make him wait for it, want it.
Damn
these
bitches!
Oh, I'm telling you. No, the more that you make them wait, the the better it is for you, the woman. Because
Yeah.
after they've gotten it, it's like, okay, been there,
Your
done
power's
that.
gone.
Your
Yeah,
power.
Exactly.
You have no more powers.
No, it's really an unfortunate
You're
fact
tied
of
up
life.
in your golden lasso.
No, make them wait. And by the way, the more the girl likes
stealing your
you,
invisible jet. Shit is over.
I don't know, really.
Fuck you, lady. That's not always true. I'm sure you've had a lot of dating experience. Aren't there guys that are, stand-up guys? They have the sex and then, hang out, still treat you well, still take care of you.
I've dated a lot of
things
them.
like that.
But I'm telling you, it's better if you make them wait. It's just better for everyone. By the way,
No,
it's better
not for everyone.
I
There's
know.
one person that would say no, the guy that's waiting.
No, but you know what? Guys do want you to make them wait, unless they're
Where
thinking
are
of
you
you as a
getting
one-night
this shit
stand.
Yeah. You know something?
You're speaking for rapists. You're speaking for men. You're not
That's
in
Laszlo's
any of these
thing over there. I
categories.
don't know.
Guys would want you to make them wait if they know there's going to be the payoff. The thing is, you don't know if there's going to be the payoff.
But there's something very sweet about the anticipation.
Yeah, all
It's
the
hot.
movies and the dinners.
Yeah, I know all the money that you have to pay out in the interim. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Money's
I know how it
no
works.
object.
Well,
just
if it's
ask Hawk. Where's Hawk? He knows. He just won
big
$100,000.
spender.
He
He
just
just
won
he
100
won 100
G's.
Gs.
100 large.
100 G's.
He's
Wow.
going to be out on the town. You're going to see
Yeah,
him picking
taking
up some
broads.
broads. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Let's
picking
ask
up
him a
some
few
broads.
questions here.
What do you think of this guy right here?
Here he comes.
Hot.
Look at him.
How did you win $100,000? I'm not aware.
Oh, very skillful.
Oh yeah.
Very
Poker?
skillful. Yeah, poker.
Selling your body on the streets.
No,
Stripper?
That's it.
he
no.
mailed something into the Daily News.
Like an old woman.
Wow.
Yeah, like an old washwoman.
Actually, it was all old women and Eric that
Yeah,
won.
old women and Eric won.
He was
So
in, he was in
what
a
lucky
laundromat
lady
when he
are you
filled
going to
it
take out? What are you going to do for your woman? Do you have a woman?
Yeah.
I do.
Multiple women?
No, just one.
Just one woman?
Just one.
How long have you been with her?
Several months now.
Oh, and so what are you
Several.
gonna get her?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
she
take her
gonna-
shopping when she comes out here.
Is she like a I say high maintenance in the best possible way. She like shopping or what's her deal?
No,
Sports?
she's very low maintenance, but when she comes in, I'm going to take her shopping.
Oh,
Where?
that's really.
She wants to go to Tiffany's, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Let me tell you
nice.
something about Tiffany's.
Yeah. Good luck.
At 100 grand,
Let
they
me
go
tell you
real
Shit
quick.
There, I know.
No. Let me tell you, you will get a very
His
good
money's
night of
gonna be-
loving after that.
His money's going to be done in a
You're
weekend.
totally getting fucked. Don't go to Tiffany's. You can spend
Great idea.
$100 on a whore and get the exact thing you want.
That was the best.
No, he's
that is
sweet.
propaganda.
God, that's when I
Hear
wish
that?
this was television.
That's when
She goes, "You're gonna get a good night of loving for that." And then Bill's face was—he threw his arms up and looked around like, "What the fuck? What the? Who the?
That's
What's
that.
He's
That's
just
that
jealous.
Oprah. That's that Oprah propaganda.
Listen,
Yeah.
Hawk is looking for love, not
This
just
is
sex.
going to be.
Yeah?
She's
Okay.
speaking for
Love.
somebody else.
I
This
can
is
tell.
A
He has a
pattern.
sweet face.
The rapist."
All right, would you
Let's
go,
see. You want me to speak for you?
Julia,
No.
would you go out with him?
Sure.
Without the money?
No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, if I didn't have a boyfriend, yeah.
Oh, if I didn't have a boyfriend.
That's a great excuse, isn't it?
You wouldn't go out with him. Be honest.
Not at all.
He's a good guy
I
to
would.
cheat
I
with, though.
Why would you
believe-
go out with him?
Exactly.
Because I think that you should give everyone a chance. He could be amazing in bed.
That's
Who
bullshit.
knows? Oh, come on.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not.
You heard
Where did you
$100,000 and your
self-esteem?
eyes poked.
Nah, $100,000 is not going to impress me.
Yeah,
at this point.
100,000 is nothing. You
No,
gotta
I'm
relax
really
with
happy
that.
for you. I would love 100,000. So you want to donate.
Why would
but
you go out with him?
Because I think it could be interesting.
Why? He's a zero.
Everyone. No, that's not nice.
Liar whore, you know it.
Who's that guy? You guys
The
just
collar.
put that on every now and
Yeah.
again. Yeah, no, you give everyone a chance. That's the problem with women right now is they are too picky. You have to go out and see what the guy is like. You know,
Women
he could be a
too picky.
Casanova underneath his polo shirt.
I'm calling Bravo Sierra. You
Oh,
would not go out with
easy with
Eric.
the language, Opie.
Bravo, Sierra.
You're just trying to be like nice.
Well,
and stuff.
professionally, you'd
Yeah,
go
on
out
the
with
radio.
him.
On the radio.
And then,
she's
see,
just-
professionally, and then she'd write about it, and, words
Yeah.
like dork and shit would be
I
filling
love
up.
dorks. I love them.
Do ya?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
go for the Brad Pitt type. I go for the
No?
Zach Braff type. Yeah.
Really?
They're
Bill,
easily
you and I are out.
manipulated.
Have a huge thing for him. Yeah.
Torques are easy prey.
Look at the bitter Bill. You are just so like, yes, they easily
I gotta
manipulated.
do something.
Listen, let me say.
I gotta, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Of course.
Bill,
He's
Bill's-
trying. All I want is a guy who's going to talk string theory.
Bill's had some.
Yeah.
Bill's had some recent problems. That's all we're gonna say right now.
Okay.
Recent problems. So he's a little bitter right now.
What
I'm
are
not
you
bitter.
bitter about?
I'm not
It's
bitter.
not working correctly, or what?
What isn't working? Oh, that was like,
I think if you want somebody,
fucking hack.
It's not what you guys how you use it.
I think if you want somebody that is going to speak string theory, maybe it's Stephen Hawking and not Hawk.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
That's hot.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, very clever, Laszlo.
I
You're redeeming yourself.
I worked on that all night.
Do you have?
I'm going to cock block him. Crash everything you say.
Do you have sex on the first date?
No.
Why not?
No, ever, never?
Well.
One time.
I've done it once, yeah.
Yeah?
It led to a year-long relationship, if you can believe it, with a crazy person. But, yeah, no, I don't recommend that. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. How old were you when you first started?
Effing.
Effing?
I was going
How
to
old
start
were you?
with dating.
Oh.
I was going to start
Dating?
with dating.
My first kiss was at 14.
Aww. That's adorable.
Well, okay, when was the first time? When did you guys lose your virginity? Let's hear it.
13.
Yeah, you're lying.
No, it was 13.
No,
Really?
his father got him a whore.
She was 19. No, it wasn't a whore. She was a friend of the family.
Yeah.
She was 19. Her name was Buzz. And my father and his wife went out that night, and Buzz was over the house. We were watching Monty Python's Flying Circus. She told me to go into the shower, so I didn't know. I just went in, and I came out, and she was in the bed. Hawk is leaving.
See you later, Hawk.
She was in the bed, and as I was walking out of the shower to my bedroom, I heard, "Aren't you coming in?" And it went like, ding, ding, ding. Oh, my God, here we go. This is it.
How did you even know what to do at 13?
I had been reading a lot of magazines and jerking it like a rabbit.
Clearly.
Like a monkey. What am I saying, a rabbit?
Yeah, hump
Anytime.
like rabbit.
If you find a rabbit jerking off, please call me.
Two little paws.
Yeah, they don't even have thumbs.
God.
What a rabbit jerk off.
He's reading Watership Down, jacking off.
He's sitting up using those big back legs.
Yeah, in the briar patch.
I think 13 is shockingly young. Opie, how old were you?
18. Freshman in college.
That's more appropriate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appropriate.
I approve.
Now she's speaking for everybody that lost their virginity.
Yeah.
Now, you think that's appropriate, though? I was inappropriate. It probably was inappropriate,
You're a baby,
but it was pretty good. I'd been jerking, though, for years.
And
it was like,
years.
What, since you were 7?
Well, no.
You're like 8.
Probably
8.5.
like 11.
God.
Or something.
My God. I think I was still reading the Babysitters Club at 11.
Yeah,
My
so
God.
was I. That's what I was jerking to.
Yeah, remember that back in the day?
That's wrong.
Like a Jordan Marsh catalog would turn you on. You're like, oh my God, I see a calf.
Well, yeah.
Your dick is
Women in those
up.
bloomers that came up to the middle of their abdomen and their kneecaps.
The bra ads.
Yeah, the Sears catalog.
Yeah. Airbrushing out any bit of their sexuality.
This is
So
all.
your tolerance is a lot higher now.
Yeah.
Well, it's also pre-internet, pre-Victorian.
Yeah.
Secret like that.
7-year-olds nowadays.
You needed everything. You needed
They're looking
like
at the
anything
bestiality
worked
sites.
back then. But your first kiss at 14.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I was
see?
very good. It was like every
You
year
took all
a
the
new
steps,
base.
the appropriate steps.
I'm very organized.
Yeah.
So I was organized in my love
So
life
then I
as
will
well.
guess you lost your virginity at 17.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just running
A base
through
a year,
If you
that's
kiss
exactly
at 14,
right.
you're fucking by 17.
When did you lose the back door?
And what base is that?
That we're not going to talk about. What base is that? It's like 5.5. Come on.
Wow.
That's out of the baseline.
When should
foul.
when should the ladies give up the back door?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe when you're married. My God.
Married.
You know what? I don't have any judgments. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you know.
I had a girl actually say that.
Really?
She actually said, like, I have to save something for my husband.
For marriage?
What if your husband don't want that? I don't know. I mean, do you guys
That
seriously
treasure.
want it?
I'm saving this prize.
No, thank
wow.
you. I don't really think it's that hot, to be honest.
No?
No.
Wait, what?
Visualizations of what else that's used for.
She didn't save it?
No.
You whittled her down?
You got her down?
Yeah.
She loved it. It was one night. She starts out as a prize waiting for her husband.
No.
And it's like, I'll toss it to Bill Burr.
No.
A couple tequila shots later.
Yeah? Nothing.
No woman has that much low self-esteem. I went out with her for like 3 months before she said,
all right, okay.
3 months?
Howdy doody looking chick.
3 months later. That
What kind of
prize was
fantasies
yours.
is she having?
So then you lose your virginity at 17.
Yeah, yeah.
And when did you decide that now you were expert enough to start writing about it?
To be honest with you, I got a couple of I had a very serious boyfriend at that time. Got a couple negative comments about my performance with regard to
From your
oral
boyfriend?
sex.
Oh, your boyfriend was downplaying your abilities for oral sex.
But
when was
he
the first?
knew.
But when was the first time you did that?
What, oral sex?
The beach.
The who?
The BJ.
Oh, the beach.
Was it before or after standard sex?
I think it was before.
Before?
It usually comes before.
Yeah, that's what I
14
mean.
to 17.
A lot of women are kind of mediocre. There's like that host, like guys. There's like this, like guys just automatically don't know what they're doing, which is true. But they always just like women somehow know.
No,
like,
no.
Like a
Here's
woman
the
giving
thing.
a hand job is the worst.
No, let me tell. First,
Unless you
hand job
teach
is
them.
so
If you
15.
teach them, they're
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I went to the well, not the library. I should say, Urban Outfitters, which has a lot of great books on sex, like Gay Guy's Guide to Having Sex with Men. Who knows better than a gay guy?
Oh, so now
Studied
you're getting your
up on this
instruction
stuff. I was diligent. I mean, I read everything, and that's how you get to be an expert. And let me tell you, he said my performance was markedly improved.
What a romantic guy. Did he put it that way?
He's a good guy.
He has like a shot.
What was his
He probably did.
complaint?
He's like, let's see.
What was his What was his
A-.
complaint like at the beginning when you sucked?
A little bit of teeth, I think.
Oh, teeth?
Did you
That is
it
the
was
ultimate
the
no-no.
It just wasn't up to par, and
Yeah.
now it is. So
The
current
teeth
boyfriend
is the
gets
ultimate
benefit.
no-no.
Anthony can help you with
Yeah.
that.
I can?
The teeth?
The Charles
Oh, yeah, you got to make Charles Bronson face. Charles Bronson makes his mouth, you barely ever see his teeth. He tucks his lips and
Great
hides
at
his
the
teeth.
beach.
You dig, I dig to get out. You got to, make Charles Bronson mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know.
A lot
who
of
that is.
spit.
That's great.
A lot of
reference
saliva.
Lot of spit, yeah.
Yeah, things
Yeah.
like that.
Unless you're into the ass.
Got to use the hand as an extension of your mouth.
Would you like?
Yeah, there
I
you
demonstrate, but I'm not going to.
Would you like
No.
to see Ben's hog?
Yeah, no, thanks, though. Yeah.
But we want to know what's going on because it's either like a really big ball or he's packing something, and we've been trying to figure it out for years.
Packing. Yeah, socks in your pants, you mean? Or?
I don't know, something's going on.
Hey, if you know right away if you're going to have sex with the guy when you're out, do you know right away if you're not?
Yeah.
So you know right away.
Yeah,
you go
except
out.
here's the thing.
What
Here's the
is some
The most
things?
persuasive argument comes in glasses, and it usually has a high alcoholic content. So, I mean, if you're not impressing me with, let's say, your pedigree or, the amounts of arcane knowledge that you can spew out,
Sense of humor.
tequila shots. Yeah, sense of humor actually does work. It does.
But tequila shots will do it too.
I'm
right?
telling you, in case of emergency, break tequila bottle over.
Have you ever had a guy, right? You the second you saw him, okay, I'm going to fuck this guy. But then just during the date, he just so
He screws
horribly
it up.
fucks
Oh,
him.
what an asshole.
Because I think they can say, yeah, I'm going to fuck you, but there's this minefield that you have to walk and not step on anything.
You know what, though? The primary thing for guys is, like, total confidence. But you don't want to be cocky, I dated a guy once who he was quite bright, but he knew it. And he's like, Princeton this, Princeton that. And I'm like, great, I know you're smart. Stop using such big words. I know a lot of words. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you have sex with him?
No.
No?
And I wanted to.
And
at
you were
the
gonna.
beginning.
See, that guy
This is
screwed
what
it
you
up.
don't want to do in the middle of the
Screwed
dinner
it up.
date. Take a cell phone call from your mom. Hang on a second. Like, still living at home.
Oh, really?
Over.
That is bad. Hey,
When you coming home, honey? Please.
Wow.
No, they redid the basement.
Mommy,
It's totally cool.
Yeah, leave the door open. I'm going to be home late.
I got to interrupt this great conversation because Jim Norton's checking in.
Oh,
Jimmy!
Hi, guys.
This is Jim
Hi,
Norton.
Jimmy.
Julia.
Hi, Jim.
James.
Jim usually sits in that seat over there where Bill is sitting.
Why are you MIA, Jim?
He's
I'm in California. I have a question, too, about, I think I had like a little faux pas on a date. I just caught kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
But is it bad if you're on a date and a girl found my condoms and she's like, what are these for? And I said, oh, they're going to save your life tonight, believe me.
Yeah, that... Somehow I'm not believing you actually said that. If you did, I have to...
No, he said it.
Oh, God.
Jimmy's out in Hollywood filming a series for HBO.
What series?
It's called Lucky Louie. It's a sitcom, and I play a kind of a scumbag friend.
A brand new sitcom.
Scumbag. Obviously,
Yes.
that's a real departure from your true persona, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually a really good guy in person. I didn't realize you guys were talking about sex, but I don't really want to interrupt the sex call. I apologize.
Stop.
No. So how did you apologize after she slapped you, huh?
She didn't slap me. She just kind of freaked out a little bit, and I tried to I kind of looked at her and I went, ha ha ha, kind of
You're like, it's not a really bad STD. It's just sort of, uncomfortable at times. Yeah, no.
I honestly thought I had chlamydia recently. Remember I told you my whiz was burning for a week? I'm not even kidding. And I didn't say it on the air because I didn't want to freak out any chicks that I banged out. But it turned out it was like some kind of an infection, but I thought it was chlamydia.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, Jimmy's had...
How do you get dates?
What's that?
He pays for them.
The checkbook.
Yeah.
You're like, don't worry about these scabs. That will go away.
You asked him how he gets dates? There's a
it's
website
called the Second Amendment.
Yeah, there's a website called Craigslist.
Actually, my roommates are from Craigslist. They're pretty hot, let me tell you. I don't know, it might not be a bad place to go.
You found your roommates on Craigslist?
Yeah. They're really, really cute. One was a former runner-up for Miss California. The other looks like Paris Hilton. They're both blonde. I'm telling you. Come over to my place. Hot stuff.
Well, Jimmy's not finding that type of caliber on Craigslist.
He's getting ones with leg things. What did that woman have?
Oh, it was kind of like gout. It was called leg something, where she had fat. Do you know what this is, miss? Because the girl had
something osis or.
It was like water on the feet. She had something which made her feet swell up because she was too fat.
Only the best.
Well, how do you like the chicks out in Hollywood? Much hotter, right?
Yeah, they're the same. Their Adam's apples are hidden a little bit better. But that's about it.
What you can do nowadays with modern surgery, right?
Yeah.
So no blondes that you're taking out? Because really you can't go to Hollywood and date a brunette. It's just wrong.
No, I don't do particularly well here. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. I don't want to screw up.
No, it's okay. Her name's Julia, and she does a sex column for Co-Ed magazine.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like some magazine.
She goes out on dates and talks about dating.
Oh, that must be fascinating. How long has the column been going?
Well, I started at Georgetown University 3 years ago. Right?
Really?
You're saying this like you know, but you don't.
No.
And then I just started at Co-Ed. Now, that was a fake laugh. That's good. I'm going to come after you. Then I started at Co-Ed a year ago, and I've been writing for them ever since. coedmagazine.com. Check it out. Or you can check out my website, Julia Bogger.
You have a website?
I do. Julia Bogger, BAUGHER.com.
Jesus.
I never would have guessed that.
That's a brutal name to try to remember.
I would have been
BAUGHER.
Wow, you photographed real well.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
What is that supposed to mean?
See, now right there. You're
dead.
Right in the middle of the date, it's over. If you're going to bang him, you said that in the middle of the date.
Okay, now you say something nice like,
I was just saying you photographed real well.
No, you went, Opie, you went, wow, you photographed real well.
Right. Wow, you look so different in person.
Wait, you usually say that, though, if, I don't know what's going on.
Shut up, Jimmy.
No, you usually say that, if somebody is kind of piggish in person, but really attractive in the picture. You'll usually say that they photograph.
We can't even play that game.
Is that the only picture you have on there?
Yeah, so far.
You got to put more pictures up.
Oh, wow, Jimmy's asking a question, ma'am.
Jimmy, I'm sorry.
I apologize. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Are you very attractive?
You guys, I don't know.
You don't have to ask that. Are you?
She's a very attractive girl.
She's like a 6.5.
Oh, that's cool.
That's it. Never coming back here. Oh, 2. -2 for you. Personality, -8.
Opie, she's fine. Jimmy?
Not porn star material here.
No, I don't like porn stars.
Oh, yeah, no one does, really. That's why no one watches them.
I don't like porn stars.
Porn stars are disgusting.
I've seen
they
one
really
porn.
Are.
We've had a lot of porn
boring.
stars in here, and I'm not a big fan of the porn star.
No.
Really, why is that?
The fake boobs, the fake, stripper blonde hair.
Oh, you think these are real? I'm saying they are. They're not big enough to be fake. Jimmy, don't you wish you were here?
I do, actually. I miss being there. And I don't like porn stars either. They're gross.
Yeah, porn stars suck.
Give a girl money, she fucks you. Who needs that?
I don't think, actually, that's what porn stars do. I think you're confusing them with prostitutes.
Well, Jimmy likes prostitutes.
Oh. Let me tell you,
his hobby.
If I were an investment banker in this city, and I was very busy, and I just needed a GFE, girlfriend experience, I'd go for the escorts,
Yeah.
Makes
that's what Jimmy does.
I'm not sure I'd have sex with them. It's a little bit dangerous, but...
just hang out and,
Do you have, abbreviations like that in your columns? When people read it after a while, like GFE?
Yeah, I mean, I advocated for a long time something called dating with a lowercase d, which means you're not just hooking up with a guy, but you're actually, going out with him, getting him to spend money on you, that kind of thing.
Uh-oh.
Take you to Tiffany's before you...
Why do you call it with a lowercase d? I'm sorry.
That's horseshit.
Because you're not married. Like a lot of people in college, they're either hooking up or they feel like they're in this exclusive relationship. I'm not, the biggest advocate of exclusive relationships in college. I don't think it's necessarily a great idea.
So that's why there's a lowercase d, Jimmy.
Lowercase d. Well, the thing
is, like you're not kind of committed?
You're not committed, yeah. People are really obsessed with commitment in college. It's too young to be obsessed.
Jimmy dates with a capital AIDS.
That's right. Or after I blast her with something, I apologize with a lowercase a.
Yeah, I apologize with what exactly?
Jimmy's a little different than you and I.
Oh, yeah? How so? Short?
I want to ask him. Might want to ask him what he's into.
Jimmy, what are you into?
I'm actually not into anything.
Trannies?
Really, no. I mean, no. Well, a little bit. No, not at all. I'm not actually not into anything particularly crazy.
No.
No.
Liar.
Logs.
It's always the one that looks... Oh, God. Dear God.
Yeah.
Did you hear him?
It's the ones that look the most innocent, I think, that are really the worst.
He doesn't really look innocent.
No. There are times when he has women over that he has to put down a tarp on his bathroom floor, is what he is into sometimes.
Somehow I don't believe that. I've actually never met anyone who's been into that, but maybe I just stay really clean.
You just did.
Set you up.
We got your column for January.
You're there. Yeah.
Logs. Yeah, no. My mother edits my column, so I don't really think,
Your mother edits your column?
Yeah. She was a former speechwriter for Nixon, and she edits my columns. Yeah.
How did she go from Nixon to a column about sucking cock?
That's just wrong. Thank God she doesn't have XM.
Me and Kissinger were in the Oval Office. He pulled his pants down. He had a lovely clipped Jewish cock.
Yeah, not sure that ever happened.
I want to put peanut butter on my balls so checkers can lick it off.
Yeah, this is, of course, before Monica. Right. Yeah, no, she's a great editor. Yeah, my father's a little more conservative.
Does she know Ben Stein?
She does,
Because he was the speechwriter also.
Yeah, he was one of.
One of. There were quite a few for old Tricky Dick.
He was probably the best-looking one.
Aren't you a little concerned about revealing personal information in your column when your mom's reading it?
Yes, but you know what? I'm concerned for about 2 minutes, and then I get over it.
She ever been shocked by something she read in there? Called you up and said, "What the fuck?"
She was a little confused about booty call. She was like, "What is a booty call?"
Really? That's pretty tame, though.
That was pretty tame. Yeah.
How'd you explain it?
I believe in openness, and I told her. I told her before.
Shut up, Jimmy.
How did I explain booty call? You mean?
Yeah. Well, because it's awkward. Like if you got to us talking is one thing, but when you got to talk to your mom, that must have been crazy.
It's definitely opened up our relationship. That's for sure. Yeah, I said, Mom, it's sometimes late at night. Women and men, mostly men, but sometimes women. They just have needs. And she said, I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, she and my father, I'm sure, are having a good time. I don't want to think about it too much, but, they're cute, very in love still. So she's, pretty open. She's like, yeah, when I was in my mid-20s, I was crazy. I'm like, oh, don't get too much into that. Yeah. That's enough. Thanks.
Right.
So any women on women? That's how I go from one segment to another. Any girl on girl?
Girl on girl.
With you, any dates with the girl on girl? Nothing like that?
I did have I had a girlfriend in college. A girl space friend in college.
See, I never call my friends boyfriends.
Yeah,
I never go,
I'm
going out with my boyfriends tonight.
You're right. No, guys don't do that, but girls do. They say they're girlfriends. They say that all the time. One of her favorite things to do, she had quite large breasts, although that's sort of ancillary to this. She loved to kiss girls.
Is she
No. Her name.
Your mother's sister?
No. This girl.
Oh, ancillary. I get you.
Her name was Abby, or still is, I guess, and she loved to kiss girls to get guys' attention. Not
it worked
in front of only in front of other guys. It wasn't like she would kiss you, when she's at home, and she wasn't gay. It was the attention thing. It was sort of hot, So she used to kiss all of our girlfriends.
What was that noise that stopped finally?
I don't know.
That was Jimmy going away.
Yeah, Jimmy had to get back to the set. We're going to go to the phones in a second, though.
Oh, damn it.
You want to take some phone calls from our listeners?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Wow. Let's
Do
go.
you guys
A lot
run
of
out
them,
of dating questions?
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
trying to
people
get some
have
good
dating
ones
questions.
here. We got Steve from Yellowstone.
Steve from Yellowstone, you're on.
With Julia.
Julia.
Hi, Steve.
She writes a column for Co-Ed Magazine, Steve.
Hi, Julia. How are you?
Good.
I've just been running into a problem where I've been seeing this girl, and she's saying that I'm too neat, and I speak too well, and that I'm too cozy, and I'm not too sure what to do. She thinks I might be gay, although I'm not gay. I just have certain mannerisms that are very, very homoerotic.
I understand. I understand your problem. You're from New York, I'm guessing.
I'm from Yellowstone.
Okay, well.
Ramon!
Rar.
To pay attention.
Well, yes, I have no idea what that meant. But let
Ramon, bring me a woman who sucks cock and shuts up.
Wow. Who is this
definitely
guy?
homoerotic. Let me tell you this, though.
You know, we
women...
get listeners. We want serious questions only. And
fuck this girl with a stick.
Ew.
What is going on in Yellowstone?
I don't know. Maybe he's a little bored or something.
I don't know.
Listen, lay off the booze in the morning, man.
Exactly.
Coffee with booze does not make.
Shut this whore up.
That's enough. We gotta get rid
Guy
of
is
Ramon
really
for you.
frightening.
Sounds like he had too
angry.
much.
Sorry, Julia.
Sounds like he had too much honey in his tea.
Exactly. Do you come across many angry guys?
Yeah.
Like this?
You know
what is that?
I wrote an article about ugly men dating attractive women, which happens all the time in this unfortunate society we live in. And a guy wrote me this angry email. He's like, "Listen, that's true, but you know, I think that you shouldn't harsh on guys with game." He said, "Guys only need game; they don't need attractiveness, and you're not even that hot."
Harsh on guys?
Yeah, harsh. Yeah, apparently
Game.
that's like an 80s word or something that he's reviving.
All right.
All right, let's go to the
So,
phone.
yeah, there are angry guys out there.
Angry guys.
This guy's one of them.
Let's say hi to Andrew in Brooklyn. Andrew!
Hey, O&A, Bill, ho, how you doing?
Sorry, did you call me a hoe?
No, I have a question. I'm dating a girl right now, right?
Okay.
And she doesn't quite understand that it's my house, my rules. You can either have a doggy style on your back. Liar, whore!
Is that, do you guys usually...
Ramon!
Jesus. Are there any serious callers?
This happens so often.
Wait, I'm seeing
when
something.
we,
Please make her cry.
Where?
It's just weird. Did you guys have
Polo
an email?
from New York.
That's
Says,
weird.
Please,
Tuesday.
make-
Something about Tuesday. Like, I don't know.
Well, here's a good question from Vern.
Crazy.
Vern?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vern.
I had a question for her. How come when you see a girl and you get to know her and then you get shoved off into what we call the friendship or the big brother zone?
Oh, very good
Thank you for
question.
acting. What am I saying?
Axing.
Is it Vern? Vern? Was that Vern?
Yeah, it's Vern.
That's a great question. You know what? I think it's because of your confidence or lack thereof. If you act like you are a sex god, she will not shove you off into the friend zone. It does not matter what you look like. Check out this book called The Game by Neil Strauss. I'm telling you, if you want game, read this book, copy what he's doing. Anyone can get any girl with this book. I'm telling you.
Did you check that out from Urban Outfitters?
Yeah, right, good. No, actually, it's like Barnes & Noble.
I don't know. You said the library. I mean Urban Outfitters earlier.
Yeah, you're right. Laszlo's back with his clever comments.
Well,
yeah, Laszlo.
I'm just kidding.
Laszlo, let her be, man. She's doing a great job for us today.
No, I'm serious though, because a lot of guys get shoved off into this just friends thing, and they think there's something wrong with them. There's nothing. They just aren't having enough confidence.
Yeah.
They don't have, the moves.
You got to pull it out.
All right, let's say...
yeah, no, that's not going to
Take
work.
it out. I'm
That will
telling
get you arrested.
Hey, we're going to go to a...
Be surprised.
Yeah, they'll be surprised, all right.
We're going to go to a college town.
That's not work for anybody else.
College town.
You just hit that awkward moment. Fuck it, I'm taking it out.
When have you ever done that? You talk
a
a big
lot.
game. I'm not feeling it.
Okay, I mean,
but
you don't have to believe me. I mean, I'm
it
really not
happened.
trying to convince you.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah.
This is the guy that went from I'm saving it for my future husband to backdoor action.
Right.
3 months.
He's got some game, and if he
No,
felt
in the 3 months, 3 months is not game. I don't have game.
No.
I know guys
pulling
can
it
get
out
that.
is game.
Yeah,
though.
that's game.
That's a risky move.
But I stole that. I stole that from Bobby Kelly.
Yeah?
I was living with the time. He goes, dude, you pull it out. He goes, it's like you hypnotized him.
Well, Jay
so
Moore.
frightened.
Jay Moore calls it. What are we going to do about this?
Yeah.
He said he would sit in a car with a girl and they're talking, and when he gets impatient, he just pulls his dick out and looks at her and goes, "What are we going to do about this?"
I
And I will
sincerely
tell you-
hope the next time he does that, she has the guts to call Richard Johnson and report it, because that is just Oof, nasty.
Really isn't that funny? It's Dick Johnson.
40% success
Richard
rate.
Johnson.
All right, well, let's go to a college town, Boston.
Opie's like, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to
Yeah,
segue
thank
into
you.
some real
Opie,
shit here.
please.
No
thank
guy
you.
ever did that.
I'm the only.
You're just sitting on the couch and all of a sudden.
Whip out your
Not
junk.
gonna go into that.
You just-
Opie.
You just pulled it
I'm
out?
trying to help you out. All right,
Thank
let's
you.
go to Boston and say hi to Ben. Ben in Boston.
Ben in Boston.
Hi, Ben.
Hello?
Ben.
You're on the air.
Ben, you're on with Julia.
I've been seeing this girl, and she keeps, like, laughing and stuff because my hockey's so big.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You call me Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I swear to God, your collars are all in crack.
Ramon! Oh, this bit is tired, but he doesn't care. Ramon!
Or they're the same
Is
color
this Steve?
over and over
This
and
is
over.
Steve from Yellowstone again.
What?
Steve.
You guys have the
What
worst
happened? Yeah,
screener in the
it's the
history of the
intern.
world.
Our screener stinks.
Who's the intern? I'm going to come after you.
It's
Hold
Danny,
on.
and he's terrible at
Dead.
screening calls. Danny, you suck.
Get your ass in here.
You can't tell Steve from Yellowstone.
This guy sucks.
I knew the second I heard it was Ben from Boston, I knew it was going to be Steve from Yellowstone.
How did you know?
All right, Ben.
Because I heard his
Sense.
voice.
Ben?
I heard his voice.
Sucks.
Thank you, Ben.
Let's get
All
someone
right.
real.
Now, come on, guys.
Yeah, let's go to Sean.
We got a great opportunity to learn a little something
Sean?
Yeah.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's
Hi,
up?
Sean.
Hey, you got to have this girl on every week.
I don't know about
There you
that.
go.
Thanks,
Because-
Sean.
Because you found the perfect hole ever on radio.
Wow.
What is with the whole
Ooh,
thing?
The whole. It's like.
She's an intelligent woman.
Thank you.
She's an expert, and her mom edits her column.
Right.
Calm down.
Maybe we should edit this show. Maybe we should have our moms here, Opie.
Yeah, what would
to
your
edit
mom
this
say if they
show.
were here?
Exactly.
What would they say?
She'd say, "Thank you for the checks you send me."
Do your moms listen to the show? Do any of your moms listen to this show?
No.
Are they frightened? Or you're like, I'm not buying you a radio?
My mom turns it off while she's driving, she says.
My mom turned off the show when we were doing the fart game recently.
Yeah.
Really? She's like,
Well,
that's very
she should.
inappropriate, Opie.
Yeah.
I trained you better than that. Did she say that? She like, I'm humiliated?
Again, I'm just switching segments.
Yeah,
Next
thanks.
segment.
That has nothing to do. No, don't take it personally. It
No,
has
it's fine. It's
Nothing
fine.
to
I'm
do
gonna
with
cry, make a, listener happy. Crying.
Let's say hi to Jammer.
Hey, what's going on here?
What's up, Jammer?
Joey, I got a question for you. I'm a truck driver. Is it inappropriate to grab a girl by the back of her hair, and when she's going down on you, just keep jamming it in there until she gags?
That's a good question.
Yeah, until she gags. I don't think you
Yeah.
want to kill, the girl you're hooking up with. It's
Yeah,
not-
but it's hot.
Is it hot? It depends on, is she into the sort of like force thing? I think some women are into that. It's sort of hot to have a very aggressive man.
Well, she's into it until I let her go.
Is this a lot lizard?
Wow. Ugh, that's sort of weird.
Later,
I mean,
guys.
honestly, though, like, if you want an honest answer, you just want to sort of, fuck around. I don't know. I can't tell. It seems like all the callers want to fuck around. But I think if she's into the aggressive foreplay, then yeah, but, like, don't hurt her. I mean, she's not going to give you good head if you hurt her. My God.
right,
Making
and
her
also-
gag, not a good idea.
Yeah, is it true the difference between like and love is spitting and swallowing?
Yeah, actually. That is true. I like that. I'm going to use that. Nice.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's
guys.
Oh.
I'm out.
All right, we got a call from Jersey, Henry.
Hello.
Henry.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Henry.
Is it Henry?
It's Henri.
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 Okay, we don't know. Yes, okay.
Hey, French. Now, the French are known for romance and love, right?
Are you French, Henry?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. I wanted to ask you a question. Since he is talking about the
I want to ask you a question. I want to answer it immediately.
Immediately.
I want to ask you the counter question. Since the French are such good lovers, as you were just told, I have a woman who I'm talking to currently who maybe, she doesn't understand how much of a good lover I am.
Oh.
So what I was asking, Kant, is like, when I'm having oral sex with this woman, she doesn't exactly take it all the way down to the testicles. I'm wondering, is there any way I could get her to maybe do that?
To do that? You have I'm sort of confused as to how this has anything to do with you being a good lover. I mean, if she's not noticing that, maybe you're not a good lover. I don't know. That having been said, you do realize that the most sensitive area of the penis is actually the tip, so I'm not really sure why you want it all the way down.
Well, no, because the shaft, obviously, to me, is
To
the
you?
most sensitive
To the
part.
French, the shaft is very sensitive. Is that it?
What, Kant? I'm trying to ask you, how can I get these
Hey,
women to...
I don't respond to the C word, so.
What do you talk?
What do you talk?
What are you saying? I'm trying to... this woman's a bitch.
All right.
Wow.
Just because, you know...
That's a little harsh.
Why does this happen?
That was brutal, actually.
I think there are a lot of men who have issues, maybe they're, with their mothers originally or something.
Right. I think the new round of interns may not be as good call screeners.
Interns are going to get beaten.
Let's say hi to another trucker, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey, what's going on?
What's
Hi.
up?
Chuck, do you
Serious
respect
question
women,
here.
hopefully?
How does a 55-year-old man like myself go around hooking up with like a 15, 16-year-old girl? What do I have to do?
That's a good question.
Honestly, can you just raise the age like 3 years so you're legal? Because that will get you in jail.
Yeah, but, hey, I'm on the road. They'll never see me again.
Well, 15, that's a little disgusting.
But is
honestly,
it consensual?
18 is, well, what's with the focus on that? I'd go for 18. I'd go for college, honestly, why take it younger than that? That's sort of gross. But if you're 55, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe take them out to nice. Most of the girls I know are not interested in men that old if they're 18 years old. However, maybe you get to a college town and
maybe not a truck driver. Maybe if he had some cake.
Depends on what college.
Hollywood. Cabbage.
Yeah,
maybe a little
Hollywood.
money.
Yeah.
Hollywood, right?
Hollywood. Yeah, I know.
The old story, like my sister's a hooker and stuff, and should I tell her about my other brother that's a truck driver, right?
You drive the truck by the schools. You ask them if they want to see what the sleeper cab looks like, and once they're in there, and it's over, Johnny.
Yeah.
All the ones in here and haul heroin.
That's my advice. I throw it out there. Let's see what sticks.
Hey, why don't we get a call from a lady? That could help us out here
Yeah,
today, right?
wow.
The men have let us down today. Amy!
Hey.
What you want to do?
I just have a question. I like giving my husband head, but every night when I do it, I want to swallow, but his mind over matter just won't let me.
Yeah, I hear you.
How can I get over that? Because I know he really wants it.
You know what I think is a very effective tool? Having a Kleenex. No, I'm so serious. First of all, if you're doing it with the room dark, have a Kleenex nearby, spit, and then say you swallowed. Very effective. Or if you're doing it in the shower, he will never know if you just sort of let it dribble out. I'm telling you, that's the way to go.
Lying. So this is your relationship advice. Lying.
About this small thing, you know what? It is very effective. And have you guys ever tried to swallow it? Oh, I don't think so. So next time,
knowing it's going to go down my throat disgusts me. But it's right now, when I think about it, it's it turns me on.
Yeah.
But
you don't swallow the goo then?
when it actually happens, I just can't do it. I have to finish it off. And
Julia, you don't go that far with that?
I can't do it.
Well, I think who was that who said it's difference between like and love? When it's with your husband, it's one thing, I really.
I know what he's eating, so I know what's going in there, but.
Oh dear God.
Hopefully, lots of.
I think if you just think about, if you focus on how hot it is and how much you're so into it, and then just pretend like you're swallowing pills. I don't know. That's very effective.
Swallowing pills.
Yeah,
more
why
Percocets,
not?
please.
Some water. That's hot.
Dear God.
You know what I like to do? If the girl does spit it in the tissue, I like picking up the tissue and eating it.
Yeah,
it really gets the girl.
I really like
going.
Oh yeah.
I like the angry pirate.
And what's the angry pirate?
It's where you shoot a load in her eye and you kick her in the shin so she hops around.
You guys have serious issues. You
with
need
one
a
eye
lot of
shut,
therapy.
arr, arr.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
All right,
Yeah.
Amy. Happy swallowing.
You know something, though? I think this is an exchange of knowledge right here. As we get an education from you about the girls' side of the whole dating thing, you're getting a crash course in what guys are like when they're alone in a room with other guys chit-chatting.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, when they're sitting across from you at a table in a restaurant, no, they're the same guys.
That writer on Friends who sued because she was hanging out and all the writers were going,
Yeah.
hey, what if Monica got raped? And Baha just kicking around ideas. And
That's
she sued.
seriously, though? That's really fucked up.
But the guys that you sit across from
do it.
at a table, at dinner, that are being all nice, they're the same guys that are on that phone right now calling with horrific things.
Dear God.
Isn't that awful?
It does make you worried. I think I'm a pretty open-minded person, but there are certain things you just don't joke about. Molestation, rape. I don't think that's like...
Those are the things you joke about, but then what are the bad ones?
Who's that?
That's terrific.
That's one of the interns.
Oh, the engineers in the studio.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious though. I mean, like there are lots of things that you can talk about with sex and that kind of thing, but that kind of stuff is just wrong.
You don't have to go to like when I go out on date, it's an Amber Alert.
An
Things
Amber
like
Alert,
that.
yeah,
you
that's
know, that's not
disgusting.
funny.
Yeah.
It's
it's
bad.
really sick. It really.
It's sick.
I'm actually being quite serious. Who is that?
I think it's Super Agent Bob Eatman laughing at
Although
everything.
I do like this Nintendo, old school Nintendo music.
Very
I have
good.
the old school Nintendo at home. Yeah,
That's
actually,
what
it's
it
a
is.
huge conversation piece. Guys love it when they come over. They're like,
This
sweet.
lets us know we have mere minutes left in the program.
I know you guys are all crying. You're like, please make her
this
leave.
was a great segment.
I think you did a great job.
Yeah, you look excited, Opie.
What?
You're like,
Opie. This is why we...
What happened?
Gene Simmons, no show. Brad from the Islanders, where was he? Laszlo, who gives a shit?
Laszlo looks like someone. Who does he look like?
Laszlo? He's famous.
No, seriously.
He does
really
all the
I
voices
usually
for
get Kid
GTA.
Rock.
Yes, that's
I usually
it.
get
Really?
Kid Rock.
That's it.
Yeah, like
Kid
homeless
Rock.
people will stop and say, can I have some money? And I'm like, no. And they go, I bought your last album. Like, you're fucking
You're
homeless.
like, how's Pam in bed? No, seriously, tell me.
Time to go to the next segment.
Yes.
Laszlo, don't look so
close of the
excited.
show.
Huh? No, I've learned from listening to this show that
Yes.
that means it's time for the next segment.
I got it.
So it's Julia from Co-Ed Magazine.
Yep. Check out coedmagazine.com or my website, juliabogger.com.
Oh, that woman. Got a mouth like an outboard motor. All the time. Put, 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 put.
Only the classic
So
Warner Brothers
disrespectful.
cartoons. Only the classics.
That was so
Thanks.
disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
That was really bad. You guys are
Give the
really...
plug.
Do you have wives? Do they like you still?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We have women that love us.
You nailed me from the beginning. You were like, this guy's a dick.
Fucking
He's an
Bill.
asshole.
Fucking Bill just goes, no, who the hell would be with us?
Sad.
We're just old, bitter men here.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's it. I'm out of here.